right, girl. And what do you do? I want to know. Okay, before you start though, what I am making today, I don't remember the name that I made up for this thing. I think it's called like Mickey's Midnight Cider or something like that. So I'm making a spiced apple cider with Remy Martin.
Okay.
It's good. Vanilla syrup, Remy Martin. I'm doing cinnamon, a little bit of caramel, and that's literally it. So like, I don't have to do too much talking. So I'm gonna let you tell me about your weekend. I'm gonna make it, and then we're gonna lock in.
You're doing a little bit of the mixology. You're a mixologist.
I actually am. I'm becoming that. So I'm working on a cocktail book right now. So I make a different cocktail every time I get on here, and it's just from the dome. It's like whatever I want to make. Last week or the week before, I made a cocktail that tastes like cotton candy, and it was so good. I used muddled grapes and some tequila, and girl, I was just throwing crap in there, and it came out really good.
I love it. No, that sounds good though. That sounds really good.
Girl, it was really, really good. Okay, so what did you do over the weekend? Did you go home? Like, how did that look for you?
Yes. So, home is in Delaware where my family is. So I definitely was able to spend time with my family. I cooked. Yes, I posted in my story. I had fried catfish. I made the greens, put a little smoked turkey in there. I made pound cake from scratch. Like, I felt so grown.
Give me somebody's wife.
Child, I mean, let them know. Let them know.
Your whole wife. What do you mean? Girl, go ahead. What else you made?
What else did I make? That was it. That was really it. I did like little stuff here and there, like cornbread, which is easy, but it was cute. It was a little cute time that I had with my family. Me and my sister, my twin sister, hung out. It was just a dope experience being able to hang out with family. And then one of my good friends, one of my best friends, had a housewarming that I hosted on Saturday. I'm so proud of her for that. And then what else did I do? I went to church on Sunday.
Amen. What church do you go to?
So my parents have a church. So they've been pastoring. They've been pastoring for like over 30 years.
You're a PK?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Really?
No. I didn't. You don't give PK vibes. And I know that's so stereotypical, but like most PKs I know, they're very out there.
Yes, I get that a lot. Like a lot of PKs are out there, but I just thank God for my parents. Like they kept us very level-headed. We didn't really feel the need to be out there and do a whole lot of things. Granted, we did make mistakes. We did our thing or whatever, but we never gave that.
Okay, that's good actually. Cause yeah, you had me fooled. I would have never guessed that.
I guess that's a good thing.
It's a great thing. All right, so I have my drink. I'm ready. I'm about to move over to my little chair. Oh, yeah, no, it's funny. I actually dated a pastor in my past life for like a hot second. He didn't last very long. He said I was a little too worldly. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
They love them. Let me tell you.
It was funny. I'm like, I'm not even that worldly. I like, yeah, it was bad. Let me see.
How judgmental was that for somebody to say you're too worldly for them? Like, what? I can't imagine you like. I don't know.
I'm not even out there like that, girl.
Yeah, like that. I don't get that vibe from you.
Girl, we grabbed a drink. Like, I asked if we grab a drink. And they were like, oh, like, how often do you drink? And I'm like, well, I enjoy a drink from time to time. Like, I didn't think it was like a whole thing.
Yeah.
And girl, he was like, yeah. He was like, I need a woman that doesn't drink. Mind you, he met me in a bar.
That's so weird. But he expected you not to. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
He wanted me to like cut it out. I'm like, oh, okay. This is not gonna work. No worries. So, anyway. All right, so messy. Okay, so I like to start off with messy Mondays. So I basically like to go over like some topics that have been going on over the weekend, and to get people's perspectives. And now I have you here to get your perspective, which will be good. So here's the thing: my biggest thing over the weekend was dealing with family members asking invasive questions.
Okay.
So the biggest topic for me whenever I go home is two things. One, where's my man? That's the biggest thing. Where's my man? And people speaking about obviously all of the people that are creating families around me. And I have not created one. So that's really like hurtful, I would say. Also annoying at the same time. And I like it's funny. I see that everyone else experiences the same thing. So it's like how do you have messy questions like that? Or how do you migrate that?
So I feel like my family know better. One thing about my mom, like she didn't play that. Don't ask my kids where their man is. Don't ask them when they having kids. Don't ask them none of that. They chose school. And they're going to get to that when they get to it. So I think the family is pretty much trained in that regard, not to ask us those types of questions. Mm-hmm. But if anyone did ask me that type of question, I don't know how I would handle that. Like, that's very invasive. And why do you feel so bold to be able to ask somebody that type? Like, what's tea? Like, what's really good? Are you about something?
It's bothersome. And I feel like as like with Black families, I think we all have been like a lot of Black families are very comfortable with, you know, like we stating like their expectations and stuff over us. Like me personally, I kind of let it go in one ear and out the other. But I'm not gonna lie to you, this holiday in particular, just because all the girlies are getting engaged, everybody is getting married, everybody is doing all the things. I am starting to get a little bit of the comparison, I don't know, the comparison crazies. And I'm trying to like really get myself together. But when I say the comparison crazies, meaning like, you know, like, dang girl, you got a ring already? That was so fast. Like, I'm like, dang, like, you know, like I would like those things. And I'm trying, like they say comparison is a thief of joy. Yeah. But I'm starting to be like, well, darn, like it would be nice to bring somebody home and actually have my family be so like, oh, so proud of you for bringing someone home. Yeah.
It would be nice, but also what's nice is being able to show up as my full self, as a, you know, healed person who's not really like, I don't know, like it's not feeling the need to have to like be in something in order to be valuable to other people or to be seen as worthy. Because I know, like you said, like it's giving wife. Yeah, I know I give wife. Like we both give wife at the end of the day, right? It's all about God's timing, and that's something that I've learned to accept. Not necessarily like focusing on a timeline. Yes, the biological clock is ticking, and also, you know, not to get too preachy, but like we serve a God who created time. So I'm a firm believer, and whatever that God has for me, it'll be according to His time set.
I agree with that. Oh, you better preach, girl. Ooh. Yes. But that's very true. I agree with that. Yeah. And I think too, like now, like, how do I say this? Us mature girlies, you know, us 30 up girlies, we are finding love in all those things later in life. And I think we're starting to find those things after we fulfill our purposes in life. So I was telling somebody that yesterday. I said that I think for the longest time, we've all been conditioned that we are whole when we find our other person.
Yes.
But now I think a lot of the girlies are hip to you are whole before you meet that person. And once you meet that person, you kind of like, you know, that's when you know you've done it all. Like that's the last thing I worry about. And I'm kind of like trying to stick to that mindset. But listen, when I tell you I go to my family and I'm like, oh my God, am I doing it right? Because, you know, they don't always get what we get.
Right. Do they ask you that? Like your family asks you that?
Sometimes they'll ask me about like what happened to that man we're not going to talk about, you know. So I was previously engaged.
Okay.
So like, you know, they bring up like what happened to that man? When the last time you talked to that man? We're not gonna say his name. And I'm like, it's been years. I don't know where that man is at.
Yeah. I mean, but I like that you're setting that boundary too, because you're like training them not to ask you that again in the future.
Exactly. At this point, I just want my family to think that all I have is cats and that I'm okay with that. And that's kind of the lifestyle I'm gonna live. And if I pop up with a man, I just want everybody to be happy and yet surprised. We just want to leave it at that.
You ain't get your man on the cruise? Like what? You ain't want a 65 plus? You didn't want it.
It is funny. Everybody was like, oh, when you go on the cruise, you're gonna meet all these attractive men. The men on the cruise were very nice looking. I will say that they were very attractive.
Yeah, it was some nice looking guys.
There were some handsome men.
Yeah.
But I'm also not one that chases. You know, I don't believe that I am the cat that chases a thing. So yeah, if they're not, you know, making things happen, there's nothing that can be said. But honestly, I don't think my man is on the cruise for a 7-day cruise. I would like to think that my man is too busy to be on a 7-day cruise.
Right. And it's cute, like the cruise, like it's cute to flirt or whatever on the cruise or whatever, but I don't know, outside of that, we'll leave that discussion off TikTok.
Anywho. So all right, so now we're gonna go. I want to talk about what's one boundary you wish you could enforce with your family. And then the next question, I'm going to answer this. Who in my family stresses me out first during the holidays?
Okay. All right.
So what's one boundary you wish you could enforce with your family or one that you're working to enforce?
I would say setting more boundaries with saying no. And I know that sounds so generic, But when you are someone who wears a lot of hats, you have a lot of roles, especially like in ministry or what have you. I have a hard time kind of like setting a boundary, saying no, I can't do this, I can't be here, I can't, show up on this day. Especially like with the burden of so I lost my mother three years ago. So kind of like, still wanting the family and the church to function in a particular way, but also not having the capacity to always show up fully. So I'm trying to figure that out. That was a long-winded way of saying that, yeah.
No, but I love that though. A lot of us don't even know how to express our boundaries. Like, I just got boundaries maybe like a year ago when it came to my family. I didn't think that you were allowed to.
Yeah, because go ahead.
No, because I mean that's not something that I grew up knowing, that I was allowed to establish boundaries with my parents or my siblings. You just think that you have to kind of take whatever's given, and that's something I just learned.
I feel like your family's from down south, right? Florida. Yeah. So with down south, my people from down south as well. With a lot of black families, especially from that south, you're not allowed to ask questions. You're not allowed to, say certain things. You're not allowed to do certain things. A lot of things are deemed as disrespect, including boundaries, right? No matter how healthy it is for you, but if you, tell that family member, I don't feel like hugging you today. I want to enforce a physical boundary, or I don't feel comfortable answering that question to you. I want to enforce like a communicative boundary or what have you, right? People see that as disrespectful, but we only continue to change family dynamics by pushing back on them as opposed to continuing to fall in line with what the family does. So I love that you're standing up for yourself. You're setting boundaries because you're teaching your family, like, I can still love you. I can set a boundary and not be disrespectful.
Mm-hmm. Amen. Listen, it's tough. So mine is, who in your family stresses you out the most during the holidays?
All of them.
I can proudly say the person that stresses me out the most during the holidays would have to be, I'd probably have to say my dad. And I won't say that he stresses me out in a bad way, but I would say he stresses me out in like, it's just, he's very excited. He loves Christmas. He loves the holidays. And I think it's just making sure that I'm like adhering to his expectations when it comes to me like showing up and being present. Like, we do a family vacation every year, and it's always right after Christmas. And unfortunately, my grandfather did pass away last year after Christmas. So this Christmas is so weird and very like touchy for me. And I opted out of the family vacation. And oh my goodness, me doing that,
I'm sure. Yes.
It caused a little rift. Yeah, little rift. But yeah, and like he reached out to me yesterday with good intentions, like, hey, like, there's still room and time for you to come, and I think that is what stresses me out this much, because it's like I don't want to disappoint him, but at the same time, like, I do think mentally I kind of need to be by myself. I know that sounds so weird and so anti-Christmas, but I do think I need to be by myself this Christmas.
I don't think it's anti-Christmas. I think you're creating like what a different Christmas can look like for you, like what's helpful for you. And if that doesn't align with what the family wants you to do, it's not their choice. It's not their decision. Like, at the end of the day, you have to make a decision that protects you, your emotions, allows you a safe space to be able to feel while you're grieving. Because I can imagine from here on out, Christmas is going to be very hard for you and your family.
It's going to be weird.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel the same. But, and Christmas was a really good, like a very special holiday for my grandpa. My grandpa loved Christmas. His name was Baba, and he's the one that named me. I got my name Mickey from him. He named me.
Oh.
I know. Shout out to Baba. Okay. So normally, you and I are both supposed to have a drink. Do you have something to sip? Period. Okay. So we're going to do something called sip or swipe. So if we sip, that means we agree. And then swipe, we're not going to say nothing, okay?
Okay.
So I have a couple of different prompts, like people that have been, like, people send me DMs about certain things, which is kind of funny. So sip or swipe. All right, accepting an invitation to 3 different holiday dinners. So you're going to sip if you agree. This is something that you will be able to manage. Don't sip a thing if you cannot.
Are we saying like on dates, or are we just saying like socially? Oh, back in my younger days. Okay.
Did you sip?
No, I didn't sip. I'm thinking.
I'm not sipping.
Yeah, nah. I don't think I'll be able to do that.
I can't. Yeah. I can't. I used to be a 2 to 3 dater in a night. Like, hey, let's do it. But like now, I can't. So, okay, matching pajamas on the very first Christmas with each other. I'm gonna sit.
Okay. So are you like a hopeless romantic? Like you like the matchy okay, that's cute. That's cute.
At this age, listen, put the pajamas on.
We're either doing it or we're not. I get it.
Put the pajamas on. Okay, let's go. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, you're gonna sit if you prefer to stay at your personal home for the holiday. So basically staying home for the holidays. So like not going to see family. Sit for that. I'm not sitting for that. I'm gonna stay. I would prefer to be with family, but this year I guess I should sit because I am staying home. Never mind.
You are.
That is true. Okay. Letting somebody bring a friend to your family's holiday dinner. So this is a person that you are dating. So letting them bring an additional friend, quote unquote friend, to your holiday dinner. It's a no.
Yeah, it's a no. I gotta know the vibes.
Yeah, it's a no for me too, I'm be honest. What's funny is this actually has happened to me before. So I brought somebody home for Christmas. This is when I was in college. I brought someone home, and a guy that I was dating, he wanted to bring his friend with him. And it was like his girl bestie, you know? His girl bestie. And I was like, yeah, cool. Like, she didn't have anywhere to go. Me being very hospitable. You know, this girl, they ended up, like, they were actually dating. Like, they were, like, together.
Hold on. What?
Yeah.
That's so bold. Like, the audacity.
Yeah, I was a junior in college. I was flabbergasted. I found out later on, and I found out because, kid you not, I found out because one day he was at her place and he had taken a picture of like what he was wearing. And I saw a teddy bear in the background that matched the teddy bear he had gotten me from Valentine's Day. And he had gotten her the same exact bear.
Come on, yo. You gotta be faster than that. Like, why? What?
It's so bad. It's so bad. Oh my God. Okay. So I want to show you, I have a diss track with Big Brother.
Okay.
So for being on the show, this guy, oh, Riley is in here. Hey, Riley. I didn't even notice. Riley is one of my cast members.
Okay.
So someone created Riley said it was him. Riley, you did not create the diss track. Or maybe you did. I don't know. You were out of the house before me. But.
Ooh, is that shade?
No shade. No shade. But so they made a diss track, and I want to play it for you, and I want to see how you feel about it.
Okay.
And so this is going to obviously lead into our conversation about, like, one, I want to understand seeing yourself through the lenses of other people. That's one thing. Oh, Riley laughed at that. And then I want to talk about, like we were talking about, like holiday psychology, soft life, all the things. But I really want to talk about just like what you think about the diss track. A lot of people were I heard a lot of people were impressed with how I handled some of the backlash that I got from the show. Because, like, you know, people said nice things and then some people said not nice things, right? Me personally, I love the diss track, which I don't know what that means to me mentally. I don't know if I'm not all the way right up there. Who knows? But I loved it. I'm like, it's a bop. I don't really mind when people say bad things about me. It's weird. And I think I come from that family. You know how, like, you have that mama where it's like everybody's jealous of you? Mm-hmm. That's the kind of mama I have.
Okay. Stuff like this, it just kind of like rolls off your back. It's not. Yes.
So it's like, whatever. Okay, so here is the song. Gotta love this song. Hold on, logging up on.
I love your locks, by the way. I don't know if I said that.
Thank you. I'm about to take them down. I have to go to this event this week for it's called Over the Top Celebrity Weekend in Orlando. Shout out to everybody that's going to be there. But it's like a big celebrity weekend for like some of the Big Brother people, some of the other people. I don't know. So I'm gonna take my hair down so I can like look real good. Oh. Somebody said who did the diss track. I don't know. Is it Tommy Italiano? That guy? Do you guys know who that is? He's the one that did the diss track, I believe. Oh, it's not even loud. Hold on. Let me go to YouTube. His name is Tommy Italiano. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Big Brother.
And he's dissing you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a bop. I can't. Listen. It's really good. I'm sorry. To anyone that doesn't like it, I can't. Let me see. I don't know why it's not that loud. Hold on. Because. All right, let's see if you can listen to it this way. I don't know why the volume is not that loud, but you know, whatever. All right, give it a listen. Let's see if you can hear it.
Okay.
There's a woman in the house. No, she's not a Disney mouse. Her name is Mickey. She's better than you. She talks so sweet alike. You understand her right. That's Mickey. She's better than you.
Talks down to her friends, takes credit for their wins. It's Mickey. She's better than you. She drinks straight from the fridge. Mom says that's a sin. Yeah, Mickey. Polluting the juice. She'll slip me in the food. Vegetarians are school. That's Mickey. Vindictive. Analyze on her daughter. On the block and donuts. That's Mickey. She's better than you. Her gameplay makes no sense. Maybe she really did. She needs to look so smart, but her personas come apart. Legendary in her mind. Bladder nonsense all the time. It's Mickey.
That's the truth.
Right? I'm about to send it to you on YouTube. Okay. Right, the little vibe is where you kind of dance a little bit.
I'm so very jealous of a waterworks at Wynn. That's Mickey. She's better than you. If I was a blinking fan, she's lying to your ass. That's Mickey. She's better than you.
Disrespecting of the other, playing part of mother, yeah, Mickey. She's better than you. Planning Bible study, but who be in the group? Even Jesus saying now, leading the crew. Heard she is a bitch, thinks that's very rich, cause Mickey, she's better than you. She's going homophobic, that's recorded on the feedcast, Mickey. She's better than you. Her jury flavors bitter, the anti-heavy hitter plays on a team of one. Her hands are slender none, deserving of an Emmy for acting phony too. It's Mickey.
That's the truth. That was actually really, really cute.
It's cute, right?
I would use that. Like, I would create content to it. I would that's a cute intro song.
I love it. I love it. I don't agree with everything they said, but I love it.
It's a vibe, though. It's a vibe. Like, it's literally about the part about she drinks juice out of a bottle. I don't understand that one, but
okay, so TMZ made an article about me and basically took a screenshot of me drinking lemonade, simply lemonade, out of the jug.
okay,
Like directly from the jug.
in the house.
While I was in the house, yes. And so the jug was mine. It was my lemonade. Like, we're not allowed to get like nice items. That was considered a luxury item that I got when I won something.
Okay.
And so I was drinking out of it because it was mine.
Yeah.
And so it made it seem like I was drinking out of, juice for the entire house.
Yes.
She's so gross, whatever. And the fact that TMZ made an entire debacle about it was insane to me. So yes, that was included in the diss track. And when I got out of the house, I'm playing the song nonstop because I'm like, wow, this actually is a bop. The only song that ever is connected to me is always MICKEYMOUSE. So I'm like, no, this song is for me. So I love it. A lot of people thought that, she's being cocky or, whatever because you actually enjoy it.
That's why I like the she's better than you. Like, it's saying that you actually think that you're better than other people, but kind of like a play on, I guess, how other people may have saw you, which kind of you exude confidence. Mm-hmm. I love that about the song. It was just a vibe. He had a nice little flow. The chorus sounded good. I can see myself singing that later. It was cute.
I'm telling you exactly. So it's my thing was this. I was trying to when I came out of the house, the biggest thing I was trying to really understand or grasp is trying to see myself through the lens of other people. Yeah. And I'll be honest, I struggled a little bit with being able to do that because I don't know. I feel like a lot of people's perspective and their views are a little jaded. Mm-hmm. And personally, I don't know. I don't think I'm responsible for what people perceive me to be. Do you think that's a valid thing or invalid?
So, other people in the house, do you feel as though they were confident as well?
I think we all showed some type of or some form of confidence. But I do think with me, unfortunately, me being a Black woman, I think confidence looks different on us. And so I think sometimes, I think when a Black woman is overly confident, or not even overly confident, but just sure of herself, I do think it translates differently than it does of other races or other people.
And that's the whole point, right? That's why I asked about are other people confident? Is there something different about your confidence? But because Black women aren't allowed to be confident in spaces, right? And so when we are showing up as confident, when we show up as our full selves, when we know who we are, beloved, the world is not like that. Therefore, they try to humble us. As a result, we are labeled as being cocky, or we think that we're better than other people, when in fact, I just know who I am. I know that I walk into every room like God sent me. And so there was actually a study that talked about how Black women who showed up in corporate spaces as being confident were deemed as being less received by supervisors and actually looked down on. And actually, provided like disciplinary infractions because they were deemed as being like, oh, she's cocky, right? It's not just something that I'm sure you experience in the Big Brother house, but we experience this like on a day to day. And I know you know, but child, like that's crazy. That's really crazy. Yeah.
Why do you think? Like, why do you think that is? Like, so me personally, I do think that obviously I think being a non-confident Black woman, I think is a lot more malleable. It's easier to digest.
Yeah.
Versus the opposite, because I think sometimes when you are confident and you know who you are, I think it makes people aware of them not knowing who they are. I think it's more a reflection of the people or the person than you as an individual.
And you got to think about it too. So we were never intended to be confident. It was never because of who we are and where we are, being individuals who were uprooted from our place of dwelling, being Africa, and then sent to a place, America, where we were forced into labor, families torn apart, our self-esteem being torn down, us being sold into slavery, us being, told you have to do X, Y, and Z in order to not get your behind beat every day. Like that literally deteriorated our self-esteem. So how dare a Black woman, after being instilled in like these hateful messages about ourselves, how dare we show up confidently? How dare we wear our natural hair? How dare you wear locks on national TV?
Oh, like the locks. Yeah, a lot of people really. Yes, I got so many comments about my hair. I got a lot of love about it as well. But there were so many people that had not nice things to say about my hair, and it didn't hurt my feelings. It just allowed me to understand the ignorance that people still possess in 2025, and it bothers me that people still don't go out and do their research to understand. Instead they like just be judgmental. Like people were saying, like I had the mop twist, and like, oh, it looked like my hair had mops on it. Yes. And I saw a lot of people defending my hair and saying like, no, it's her locks. That's like our natural journey. It like means more than what you might even understand. But there were so many people that had so many mean things to say, and people didn't like it. Even some people in the house. And I'm not going to get into that because Lord, they love to take things that I say in here out of context sometimes. But even some people in the house like were insisting on my hair not being real because it was so long. Like my hair was a big topic of discussion, and it's just.
But you showing up as your full self with your locks and everything like that in itself was an act of resistance. And I'll just say I'm proud of you for doing that, because I can imagine the amount of pressure that you experience. I'm sorry, that's my son over there acting up. The amount of pressure that people put on you because you do have natural hair, you do have these beautiful locks, and people aren't used to seeing Black beauty. People aren't used to seeing us embrace our natural selves. So definitely proud of you for that.
Thank you. I know. I like when I have my hair down, I'm like, listen, y'all gonna get these locks on national television, okay? You're gonna get this Black girl magic, and that is what it is. It's funny. One last topic about this. I just saw someone in the comments say it. That the biggest thing about it that I did realize is that confidence equals aggressive.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how those two even correlate.
So confidence equals aggressive, specifically with Black women. Confidence is aggressive. Anxiety is aggressive. Being shy and quiet is aggressive. Bottom line, Black women and Black men essentially are deemed as being aggressive, right? We're not allowed to express whether it's positive or negative emotion, whether I'm anxious and, I'm not comfortable in my environment. Oh, you're being aggressive. Why are you raising your voice? You're being loud. If I'm quiet, if I'm staying to myself, if I have a flat affect and I'm not smiling at everybody, you look so mean and aggressive right now. What's going on? Smile. You look better when you smile. Right? When I show up, even in a happy stand, like if I'm showing up as my full self, if I'm excited about being here, right? If I have an expansive personality, oh, she needs to tone it down a little bit. Her personality is making me uncomfortable. It's too aggressive. So when we're Black women and we show up in these spaces and you were on a national platform about like this really gave people the opportunity to kind of see like how Black women are constantly stereotyped, whether we are showing up in spaces as our true selves and, we do have confidence, we do have natural hair. Like people don't like that. So we're always going to be deemed as the aggressor.
What is it like? What is some advice that you would give? So let's say I'm someone that doesn't really know much about like Black culture. I don't understand like what that looks like. What is some advice that you would give someone who wants to support and not make that the narrative anymore? Like what's one thing you wish that people would know? Because obviously I think we know about it because we experience it, us as Black women and Black people, we know what it's like. But let's say the people that do like to advocate for us that don't look like us, what's something that you wish they knew?
I don't know if it's one thing that I want them to know, but one thing that I want them to do is to actually make genuine friendships outside of your circle that you're comfortable with. Because when you do have friends like who are people of color, who don't look like you, who don't worship like you, who have hair that's different than yours, then you'll start to develop a genuine level of empathy as opposed to them reading something out of a book about the ways in which we are treated in America, right? You'll be able to have conversations about how, somebody discriminated against me because of my hair, or how somebody mislabeled me in the grocery store, what have you. You'll be able to have a genuine connection with somebody who's able to share their lived experience, not just something that they're reading or listening to on a podcast, and then be able to feel and express that empathy on a different, humane level. When people start operating outside of their comfort zones, then they will be able to develop the capacity to be able to understand and to show up differently in spaces where Black people aren't treated fairly.
I agree. That was a word. I agree. Listen, look, woo. I'm trying to picture you on Big Brother. They would have been like, okay, we gotta get her out of here.
No, but here's the
thing. Because you're too confident. You're too confident for sure. Let's be honest. That's always a flag. That's a red flag.
But here's the thing. I feel like I don't always show up like I'm show up like this with you because I'm comfortable with you, right? And we kind of know each other from the cruise. Right. But when I'm first meeting people, like I'm quiet, and a lot of people just underestimate me and my voice, and people think there's a significant contrast between how I show up on the internet versus like how I show up in real life. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that too, because when I did first meet you, you were a little quiet. But then now that when I got to know you, like we could kiki. So that's okay. Right. We could kiki. Okay. So, all right. So what I wanted to talk to Chanda about and why I brought her on here today to just discuss, and mainly just for my own personal benefit, because it is the holidays, and I do think that a lot of people like myself kind of go through the motions during the holidays, whether you have experienced loss, like I've lost my grandfather, and not even that, just being away from family. Like I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm away from any and everybody that I know as far as a family member. I have a few family members scattered here in Atlanta, but we're not close. So like me being the oldest of, multiple siblings and being someone that is very huge on family, I am choosing to be so far away from my people just because the life I've built here makes more sense for me. But it doesn't mean that it like makes me feel good about it every day or every holiday when they're all building their lives together and I'm kind of like an outsider. And so the holidays makes me feel that the most. So things I wanted to talk about would be like just some different topics that her and I wanted to talk about. The number one was emotional overload during the holidays. Yeah. So me personally, what I consider emotional overload right now is me just trying to show up for myself. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest thing for me right now. I'm trying to show up for myself. It's the end of the year, so I'm trying to make sure that everything that I do, it counts. But at the same time, I'm also trying to like make space for being with my family and my friends and still staying connected, because I do feel like my family has their own lives together, and then they have their lives with me. And their life with me is very few and far between because I'm only there every so often. So it doesn't feel good, right? And so I think emotional overload for me is just trying to trying to like manage and maneuver through all those different emotions, the loss of my grandfather, while also still trying to show up every day, be a social media presence, go to all the events because I get invited to them. Heck, go to church, show up, be there for friends, family, still catch up on things I've not even been a part of with me being gone on the show. Mm-hmm. And I do feel like it's a lot of pressure. I think every day it gets heavier going towards Christmas.
It does. Yeah. I mean, honestly, a lot heavier than Thanksgiving. I feel like Thanksgiving, we're scratching the surface of emotional overload. But then when we get to that Christmas holiday, then followed by New Year's, like it's even more. But to that, I'll say like it's important to listen to your body and how your emotions are, how you're showing up emotionally, right? So for you, it's feeling like I'm exhausted. I got to show up to this event. I got to show up for my family. I got to go to this place. I got to go to that place. I got to decorate my house. And then we'll be operating and functioning, like trying to check off all the boxes and show up to all the events, not realizing like, how we're snapping on people or how we're, just increased anxiety or we're cursing people out on the way to the drive, right? On the way to the place as we're driving. Like I really had to check myself this Thanksgiving. And mind you, I'm a whole psychologist. Like I'm over here like stressed out. Like I'm like, who's making the greens? Like, I gotta get the house cleaners here. Nobody cares about this house. Like, I'm snapping on everybody.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, yes. But then my sister was like, Chanda, I think you need to, relax a little bit because I really think that, it's grief right now. Like you're really trying to like process grief while also showing up for everybody. And so it wasn't until I had that outside perspective that I started to realize like, okay, you know what? I do need to kind of like check myself, allow myself to grieve, and then do what I can. I don't have to be at every function. I didn't even post like that on like Thanksgiving and for the holidays and stuff. Like I just did what I could.
Yeah. That's good though. Even being able to manage it. So for those that are watching, I guess my advice for emotional overload, and I'm not a psychologist, but I'll say that the number one thing that helps me like a lot is just making sure I do the same thing every night. Like I find one thing that recenters me to just like whatever it is I need, like whatever. And I do that same thing every single night. And my one thing, which might sound so silly, is making a cup of tea. I make a cup of tea every night before I go to bed. I make a cup of tea and I make sure I read at least one page of something. And when I do that in that moment, it kind of just allows me to be still, and it gives me some familiarity with something. And I don't know, it just allows me to recenter. I stop thinking about everything else that's going on. I focus on that one thing, and that's it. I don't know if that's helpful to anybody, but that's my thing.
Creating routine definitely helps to alleviate anxiety, so I'm 100% for that. What's your tea of choice, and what types of books are you reading?
Ooh, okay, so my tea of choice, which people are going to say, ew, that's disgusting. I like chai tea, but I put a little bit of evaporated milk, honey, and lemon. Y'all, don't kill me. It's like not disgusting. It's very good. I don't know what it is. It tastes good. And don't ask me how I even figured out this recipe, but it's delicious.
That's a good chai latte.
It's good. It's so good. And my book of choice right now, so I'm reading 2 books. My number 1 book is called You Are a Badass. I don't even know who it's by.
I love it.
It's like the second or third time I've read the book. And then my other book that I'm reading is, I think it's called it's either called The Art of Love and Respect or The Language of Love and Respect. Okay. And it basically talks about the differences between men and women and how they view the world. So it's like how women read, or see things in pink and men see things in blue is like, hypothetically is what it's talking about. And it just talks about the differences in communication and how I can say something to a man and they perceive it as one thing and it's totally different than what I said. And it just talks about breaking down those laws of communication, how to properly, get something to the other, other sex with it being received and so on and so forth. So I'm like in the stage right now where I'm trying to do the work to be prepared for when I'm a wife. Because I know they say you're a wife before you actually become a wife. And so I'm trying to consistently make sure I pour into myself and get the knowledge that I require so that when I do find that person, we are equally yoked without them even having to pour too much into me. I'm already whole. So I'm going to do that work.
And first of all, loving all this.
Who's that? Brimmy. It's called The Language of Love and Respect. It's either The Art of Love and Respect or The Language of Love and Respect. I have it somewhere. I'm going to grab it before we're done. But go ahead, Sean. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Send that book when you get a chance. I would love to see the cover of it so I can get it. But I was gonna say I've been coming across like a lot of YouTube videos lately about like how do you know when it's your time to get married and why God saves marriage for like the latter years for some people and earlier years for others. So like I've been seeing like today I've been seeing a lot of marriage talk, and I didn't know we were gonna be talking about this today. So I don't know, maybe I gotta watch those. It's a sign.
Right. Something is happening.
Right.
Yeah. So, okay. So one thing I want to talk about, well, we kind of already talked about comfort rituals, but what would be your, I guess, advice in regards to how to protect your peace right now during the holidays when it comes to, grief, missing loved ones, even maybe navigating complicating dynamics, whatever that looks like. What are things that you typically tell people that you're speaking to about that?
Yeah, so, really the main thing, don't put yourself in an environment that's going to revert you back to your past, right? And I think that a lot of people during these holiday seasons, we feel obligated to go back to Big Mama's house and to go to your mom's house and to all these environments because you're invited and because it's family tradition. Whole time you're going back where people are expecting you to function in the same patterns that you did when you were a child, and they're going to treat you that same way. Right. And a lot of the time we don't realize how that evokes trauma responses for us when we go back to those environments. It is okay to say, nah, I'm staying home this week. Nah, I'd rather spend the holidays with my family who I curate as opposed to my actual blood related family members. Like it's okay to have those lines of demarcation when it comes to that. Because protecting your peace doesn't mean that I have to keep showing up in the same way I have years before. Right? Protecting my peace means that I have the ability to change my environment and to change tradition because, I'm totally allowed to do that.
Ooh, that's okay. That's such a good topic because one thing that I've struggled with, and tell me if you've experienced this, because obviously I know our family dynamics are different, but one thing that I struggle with, and I've talked to other people that they've struggled about it as well, is your family still knowing you as who you used to be versus who you are now. You know what I mean? Like I operate in a whole different space here in Atlanta. Like obviously I run my own company. Like I'm out here and I'm very proudly out here. But it's like, it's interesting how sometimes I can go home and I do think that my existence outside of my home or hometown is devalued, if that makes sense. I don't think that they see me in the light that I've worked so hard to become. And I do think that they still put me in the box that I once used to be. And I don't know if that's something that will ever change. And I know other people have experienced it too. But like, what are your thoughts about that?
Imagine if Jesus, when he was back in his hometown, and them Negroes really like respected him for who he actually was. Not just the little carpenter boy that they watched grow up, not just Mary and Joseph's son, but they actually saw him as being the Messiah. He would have been able to do so many more miracles in that time. But instead, because they watched him grow up, he was in his hometown. They was like, a prophet is in his own home is without honor. So he had to dip. Like I can't even function the way I need to function here because y'all don't see me beyond this little boy that y'all saw me growing up at. Right? And so it happens. And for a lot of people, it doesn't change. It didn't even change for Jesus. So it's not going to change for us. Like, I know that's a harsh reality to accept, but sometimes we got to pick up and we got to go where we are respected, where we are valued so that our miracles and the things that we want to flourish in can happen. Sometimes it can't happen in your hometown.
That's crazy, but that's true though. That's a hard pill to swallow. I can't lie. Ooh, I hate it. Okay, I respect it. So, all right. So one thing I want to know is, what does emotional rest look like during this time of year for you? Like, what are things that you emotionally rest?
That's something that I'm still learning. Because I think so. My mom was definitely a holiday girly. So like she had us all. Like at our big ages, she had us all dressed up in like the matching pajamas. I actually got a picture. I'm gonna send it to you. It's like our last Christmas photo. But we was all dressed up in our pajamas. She did the hot cocoa. She bought us, asking me my Christmas list in my 30s. I'm like, girl, you don't got to do all that. So it is like she was one of those corny moms. I loved it. I plan on being a corny mom. But that's what makes this holiday right. That's what makes this holiday season so difficult, though, knowing that she was a holiday girly. This was her thing. And so I will say for me, not feeling the need to kind of like just push through out of the need of like staying the court or like staying in the same pattern or what have you, the same tradition, right? Not feeling the need to have to continue to check those boxes. Okay, let me make sure my tree is up on the day after Thanksgiving because I know that's what my mom would do. Let me make sure I get everybody's Christmas list because I know that's what my mom would do. No, I don't have to do that. I don't have to show up in this way because I'm still grieving. Like I'm still very much like it does not feel natural not waking up on Thanksgiving and Christmas and not smelling her cooking or what have you. Like it doesn't feel natural. So I'm just allowing myself the time in the space to be able to grieve and doing what I can. Give yourself the permission to feel and just do what you can. That's all we can do.
I love that. And they always say, everyone says like grief looks different, and it does. Like grief is not the same for every single person. So
it's so ugly. It is so ugly.
Listen, girl, it's something. I went and bought myself, and it sounds so crazy. I went and bought myself a Christmas card today. And I bought a Christmas card. My grandfather was the only grandparent that at my big grown age, 30-something years old age, he would still send me a Christmas card every single Christmas. Aww. And he would search to make sure that this Christmas card was like the best Christmas card. You could tell he didn't play no games about his Christmas cards. And he would always make sure that they were perfect for the person, all the grandkids. And he would hound you until you got your Christmas card. It'll be a text, a call. Hey, did your card come in the mail yet? Did you get your card yet? Did you get your card yet? And it's like, no, Baba, I didn't get it yet. I'm going to keep checking. And I'm the Carmen San Diego of the grandkids, so I'm always somewhere.
Okay.
And he said, hey, make sure when you get back to the US, you check your, whatever. And I kept every single card he's ever given me. I have them all. And something I realized was, and I didn't know, like last Christmas was the last Christmas I get a Christmas card for him. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, well, dang, like, who will give me a Christmas card this year? So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get one. I got one. I did not sign his name, but I got one that I think that he would like and he'd be proud of. Wow. And that's grief for me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Does that sound? It took me almost an hour to pick out the perfect Christmas card to come from my grandfather who is no longer living.
Almost an hour, but I think that also like helps with your grieving process. And essentially, like that could be your opportunity to create a new tradition. So I don't know if that's something you want to do every year. When you have your family doing that for your kids, like, that's an opportunity to be able to kind of like redevelop that and take that as something that your grandpa passed down to you.
Exactly.
That's cute.
I'm gonna figure out something.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So here's the opportunity. Everybody, well, let's see. So I guess we can go ahead and answer some questions if anybody has anything in the chat. Let's see what questions people have. Hey guys. If you guys have questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Your makeup looks so good.
Thank you. I took a makeup class and I learned how to do my makeup by myself.
That would save me so much money if I could just learn how to do my own makeup. It looks really good.
Thank you. Girl, listen, I spent 2 hours with my makeup artist. That actually reminds me, I still need to post that content. I spent 2.5 hours, maybe it was longer actually. And she walked me through every single step. Like every single step, told me why I did certain things. Like she made me do it myself with my own hands. I videotaped myself. And like for the past 2 weeks, I've been watching the video over and over again to make sure I can do it. And now I don't have to watch the video.
Oh, okay.
Cute. I know, right? You should do it. I want to do a makeup class experience here in Atlanta. I'll have to keep you posted because you might have to come out though.
No, I'll definitely do that. We got to go out when we come to Atlanta. I'm supposed to be there in a couple weeks.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah. It's not solidified yet, but it's supposed to be there soon.
Well, I'm your girl. I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere besides this Over the Edge thing this weekend in Orlando. I'm going to be here. Please let me know. Yes. Please let me know. Okay, y'all, any questions or no? Normally they always have 1,000 questions about maybe like Big Brother stuff. And I try to like not answer the same questions over and over and over again about like, the messy aspects of the season. Cause I try to like just, I'm trying to just move on with my life.
Yeah.
In a more positive direction, of course. But sometimes people do like to ask the same questions over and over again, which is fine, but I just choose not to answer them.
Are you going to show a clip? I think that was in the Runner show.
Oh, do you want to see a clip?
Yes.
Girl, let me see. Let's see what I have on here. It says, what are you doing now in your life? I guess the same stuff that I was doing before. I obviously own an event company here in Atlanta, Georgia. And so I still curate events. I have not done any events since I've been back. My team has been doing the events for me. But I'm about to start with my first event that I actually am putting my hands on December 19th at Spaceman here in Atlanta, which is like a rooftop of a hotel. It's really nice. And it's an event called Silent Night Sessions. So we're going to be doing, it'll be a full band. It'll be an experience where we do, R&B Christmas music. So I have a band that's basically doing renditions of Christmas songs, but turning them into neo soul songs. And it's with Via Ray. So Via Ray Prosecco by Issa Rae. Uh-huh. So they got me to do an event for them. So we're doing Prosecco flights. So all the guests will be able to get to try all the different Proseccos. We'll be doing some Prosecco cocktails. They'll be making Christmas ornaments. So all the guests will be able to make their own Christmas ornament. And then we're doing a wish wall. So the wish wall, every single guest, after they do their ornament, they'll place it on the tree and they'll be able to put a wish on the wish wall for the new year. And then it's just a night full of just, like live music. Everyone has to wear brown or cream, just to make it look very brown sugarish. And it's on a rooftop. And that's pretty much it. So that's my first one since I've been back. And I'm super excited about that. And then I have a party for the mayor that I'm throwing on the 27th or 28th. We haven't confirmed the date. And then, and I have our Christmas party. I'm doing our Christmas party on the 26th. The day after Christmas. We're shutting down a ice skating rink and we're doing a hot cocoa bar. It's unlimited hot cocoa bar. It's going to be spiked. So Remy Martin and Tito's Vodka will be doing the hot cocoa bar. We'll be doing a Christmas cookie bar where guests are going to be able to stuff their own cookie tins with all different types of cookies, sponsored by Publix. And they'll be able to ice skate. We're doing all R&B music to ice skate too.
That's so cute. I need to come to Atlanta. Like,
come. I swear you'll have a good time.
Yes.
Okay, let me see. Here's a clip. What's funny is, okay, Chanda, you know I have not watched this season. Like I haven't rewatched
step on the field.
the episodes. I haven't watched anything.
Never give up.
So this clip is we're gonna watch. Lord have mercy.
Why not though? Are you like you don't like watching yourself like stuff play out on TV with like why is it?
I'll be honest, it's really not. I don't really have time.
Okay.
I would say that's the biggest thing. Like, here's my thought process. I spent X amount of days in the house. I don't feel like, why the heck would I sit down on a couch and rewatch what I've already lived, is what I thought. Especially if they're not paying me. Now, if they cut me a check, I'll sit down and watch every single episode that ever existed on Big Brother. But, like, I'm not getting paid to do that. So it's like, I just feel like that's being stuck in the moment versus me coming back out the house and continuing on with my life.
Yeah.
Like, no shade, but I do feel like a lot of people like went on the show to like, you know, become someone, you know, like I think some people were really lost in regards to who they were and what they wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And one thing for me, I went on the show obviously to get away from the busy hustle bustle life that I'd already created. Mm-hmm. And when I got back out to the life, I went back to it instead of like still trying to attach myself to what once was, if that makes sense.
No, it does.
In the most respectful way, obviously. No shade.
Yeah. I feel like I wouldn't watch either.
Girl, yeah, because why?
I am not going to schedule a hit on Rachel Riley. I am great with Rachel. I've been great with Rachel since day one. That is your issue with Rachel. I'm working with Mickey. I'm close with Mickey. But Captain Will is nobody's minion.
I'll be honest. For the first time in this game, like I'm actually scared. Damn, girl. Sorry that Zach went home.
Oh, I know. It's not your fault.
I know. I am so on the outs. They might put you up, no doubt in my mind.
Mickey got rid of my best friend without consulting me. Morgan told me that she just wants me in jury, and now Ava is confirming that people are coming for me. I think I'm in trouble. I know I'm on the outs of this house, and the people that I once trusted and wanted to work with are now turning on me.
I am beyond on the out of this house. I am 20 church. Mickey. Morgan took over this week. They're in charge of it. And then Vince is like right there with them. When I'm out of this game.
With my former allies now targeting me, it seems like I'm in trouble, but it's okay. I've had a lot of lives in this game, and now's my time to go out there, win this HOH, and secure my own safety.
If I don't win HOH this week, I will.
Hello?
Does anyone care for a crescent roll wrapped around a crackle?
Thank you, Keanu.
Wow. Okay. I like seeing you in action though, like that. Yeah.
I was a Micktator.
Okay. Micktator. Okay, describe to me what that means.
So personally, okay, so I have my own definition for a Micktator, right?
Okay.
So the definition, let me look up the actual definition of a dictator is what they took it from, obviously, is what? Let's see. So a dictatorship, sorry. It's just funny to see it out loud. So a dictator is a ruler with absolute power over a country, often obtained through force and maintained by suppressing civil liberties, using propaganda, employing intimidation and terror.
Uh-huh.
So they said I was a Micktator because I was running that house like a dictatorship.
Okay.
Someone said they called you Kim Jong-un during your HOA.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. So I'll be honest. Like, here's my take on it. I think a Micktator is somebody that just don't play games. Like, I think I went to that house and I think a lot of people were scared to play the game. Like, people were not doing anything. Like, I think everything was just kind of just like blah. And I came in there and I shook some stuff up. And I do think I was very confident while I was doing it. I said everything I said very strongly, and I think that's where it was taken. But the thing about it is, I don't think I did anything different than some people in the house. Like, I think I did some very similar things to other people in the house, but I think that we looked different doing it.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
I think that if I was a different person, I think it would have been a little bit easier for people to swallow. But I think because of who I was, it turned into something else. But that's okay. Yeah, I don't mind being the Micktator. I actually don't mind the name at all. I like Micktator, and I mean, somebody had to
trademark it. I hope you trademarked it. That's cute.
Listen, I need to. It's cute, right? It's way better than what I have came up with myself. So yeah, I mean, I think it's cute. Somebody had to run the house. Obviously, like, let's be honest. There's all, what is it called? You know, even in dorms, you have a house mother. You have, like, you know, the person that's the authority.
So you were that.
I guess it was me.
That girl.
Like, I wanted things to be done a certain way, and like sometimes you either got to do it yourself or tell people what you want. Like, it is what it is. I feel like I voiced my opinion very well.
Period.
So it's whatever. It's funny that you've never watched the show, but you're not missing anything, girl.
I'm gonna watch it now. Like, it sounds very interesting. So when we were talking about it on the cruise, you were telling me you experienced a lot of different things that were interesting. Yeah, so we kind of like talked about that dynamic. But I want to watch it.
It was interesting. If you watch it, please let me know like what your thoughts are.
Okay.
You would have a perspective that I don't even have. Besides, I have my perspective in the house. And I'll say this too, like, even being in the house, like, we obviously were on camera for a lot of the time. Not all of the time, I would say that. So like there was about 4 days that we were in the house that we weren't on the camera, that people don't know about, obviously. The first 4 days we were like reshooting things over and over and over again for them to get like the first 2 days for them to actually air. So there's like a long period of time that wasn't filmed. And then we do lockdowns every single week where we're like in a room lockdown with no camera, no mics, and we're in there for about on an average like 4 hours a week. And so there's a lot of times where we're not like on camera or on TV basically. So it's a lot of things that were able to happen or be said that people didn't see. But for the bulk of it, like, yeah, people saw a lot of things that happened, but at the same time, it's like you see what they allow you to see at the same time. Like there's live cameras, but then sometimes the cameras, from what I learned, would like turn or switch to another area sometimes when we were speaking about specific topics, which I thought were interesting. Or I've talked to some castmates who like, they would speak about their significant other all the time, but it never made it to any episodes and it barely ever made it to any live feeds. So it's like, I think people think that everything is 100% just as it is, but I do think a lot of things are dictated by the producers and the people that are obviously managing the cameras.
Okay.
So
do you feel like there was a lot of heavy editing when it came to like how certain people were perceived, or do you feel like it was just kind of like they left it as is?
Yeah, I don't know, because I honestly didn't see everything that people got. So I'm not really sure. I don't know, but I do know that like I know personally for certain things that they will tell you to say, because sometimes people go into the DR, which is like the diary room, and they'll like give you a script or tell you certain things they want you to say, and you can either turn it into your own words, or like sometimes like you're in the DR at 4 a.m. in the morning, they wake you up out of your sleep, and you're like, shoot, just tell me what to say so I can get out of here. So there's a mixture of all those types of things. So I'm pretty sure like that's everyone's experience, because we all experienced it together. So what that translated to on TV, I have no idea. But I do know that they, they create the narrative that they want to create. And even with the live feeds, like there was times we would be talking about stuff on the live feeds that I learned that no one ever saw or heard about. Like where you're directly trying to say things so that people can actually hear you talk, hear what you're talking about, that people never got wind of. But they would switch the live feeds very quickly sometimes if you were talking about something controversial, or if you were talking about something that, had to do with production. They didn't like that. And we would get in trouble. Like they would like say it on the monitor, like, oh, you're not allowed to talk about X, Y, and Z. Yeah, they would be honest about it. On it. So, but yeah. So, okay. So I like to do my Micknification moment is what I call it. It's basically where I do like my closing affirmation. And it's always like something that I leave with people for the week. So I'm going to do mine, but I want you to do yours first.
Okay.
So we're gonna call yours your Chanda Micktator moment. Basically, like it's your word, your sentence, or words of wisdom that you give people in this season.
Okay. So I tend to end my podcast with a saying, you have the power to create the emotions that you want to experience. And so, yeah, a lot of times we get caught up in feeling sad, depressed, or what have you, which is understandable. And also acknowledge that you also have power within you to create moments of joy, to create moments of peace, to create moments of happiness with your loved ones. So you have the power to create the emotions that you want to experience.
I love that. Wow.
That's
so good. Okay, yours is way better than mine. Yours should have been
No, let me hear yours.
So my words of wisdom this week were going to be simple. So those of you know that this weekend I'm going to be going to Over the Edge weekend in Orlando, Florida, where I'm going to be walking back into, what could seem like me going back into the house technically with all of my previous cast members and other people obviously that are involved. And I would just say, I don't know who that is, but I didn't see a question about Jimmy, but please do ask it again and I'll answer it, sweetie. So I would say this. When going back into situations or, environments that might have been uncomfortable once doesn't mean they'll be uncomfortable the second time around. So my word of wisdom is to obviously walk in your purpose, always remain humble and true to who you are, and everyone else and everything else will fall in line. Simple. As long as you always are yourself, that's all that ever will matter. And that was going to be my word of wisdom. And I'm actually going to use that myself this week as I walk into what used to be yet again.
I love that. I'm going to take that for myself as well.
Yes. So thank you so much for hopping on, obviously. Next time I'm going to have to get you your ingredients for your drink. Okay, girl?
Yes. Let me know.
Okay.
We definitely going to do this again.
Yes. Okay. Well, let me know when you're in Atlanta. Please do not forget. I'm going to text you. It doesn't even matter.
Yes. We're going to make something happen. For real.
Okay. I'll have it all together for you. Okay. Let me know if you need somewhere to stay. I got more than enough space. So come on over. Okay. But thank you for hopping on. I appreciate you for hanging out with us today. And I will talk to you very soon.
All right. Bye. Thank you for having me.
Jelly Pop. All right. Let's see. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, what other questions do you guys have since we're on here? Let's see. What is it? Putis Mama? Yes, I still talk to a lot of people. Oh, thank you, Blissful Diamond. Yes. Over the Edge. Never heard of it. You know what's funny, Gallo? I had never heard of Over the Edge weekend in my life. I might even be saying it wrong. Hold on, let me Google it. Over the Edge. What's it called? Over the Edge weekend? Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's called... Oh, it's called Over the Edge Global. Over the Edge Global Weekend. It's called Over the Edge Global Weekend. It's Celebrity Weekend. It's basically where... It's the world's largest gathering of reality stars and thrill-seeking fans. So it's a weekend. It says it's a weekend you'll never forget with stars from Survivor, Big Brother, The Challenge, and other places or people. So basically, it's like a big meet and greet weekend that happens in Orlando, and everybody comes together, and there's parties. There's like activities that are done, and you take pictures, and you just hang out. Oh, people from The Amazing Race are there. And that's it. Yeah, you get individual tickets, you can get photo ops, you can rappel off of the top of the building, which is very interesting actually. So yeah, and like everybody is going, and it's all for a good cause. Like we all have what's it called? I don't know why my mind just went blank. Oh, we all have charities, that we're donating for. And then these are all the people that are going. I don't know if you guys can see this, but these are all the different celebrities. So majority of everyone from Big Brother 27 is going to be there, I think, except for like 2 people, if I'm not mistaken. It's a lot of people. Some of these people, I don't even know some of these people, but they're from like all these different shows. Big Brother, The Challenge. I've never watched The Challenge before, so that's something I'm going to start watching this year. But it's a lot of these people that have been on The Challenge, previous Big Brother, but like these are all like, and Survivor. It's a lot. Jeez, it's a lot. It's like more than what I thought. Oh wow, it's so many people. That's crazy. So yeah, some of these people I have never even seen before. And then at the very end, there's one box that has a question mark on it, and it says special guest. I don't know if that means, they also have the canceled celebrity guest section. Ooh, that's kind of messy. So I guess that's people who said they were going to go but are not going anymore. I can't lie. I didn't think I was going to go at first, like this past week, because I thought I was going to get stuck where I was at for the holidays. Let's see what else is on here. What was the Big Brother backyard like? It was fake grass. It was hot just because like you're like in the middle of a studio lot, so the sun is like, you feel like ants. You know how like ants under a microscope, like they get burned, you can burn them to death or whatever. That's how I felt when the sun was out, just because you're burning up hot and you're like in like a little, I don't know, it seemed like you're in a hot spot or a hot box. But it was nice. It was like heaven, because when you're stuck in the house for so many days, like we'd be in the house for like 2, 3, 4 days straight. So to be outside was just better than nothing. Hey, Ashley. It was much better than nothing. It's good that you are going. You have a lot of fans, and the charity part is very nice. I love doing charity stuff though. I can't even say I don't. Like, I'm obsessed. I do a lot of stuff here in Atlanta. I want to start doing some charity like outside of Atlanta, even though like I love Atlanta and there's nothing wrong with obviously giving back to my actual community, but I want to do some things that I feel like are more impactful on a more international scale. I haven't figured out exactly how I want to do it yet. Like I was looking at some mission trips to Africa that I could potentially do for my birthday, because for my birthday I want to do something that is less about me and more about somebody else or others. So I was thinking about doing like a mission trip for my birthday and getting some of my friends to go, but I don't really know like what exactly I want to do, but I want to do something. So I've at least started looking into it. But my what would you do if a man said he's trying to hop on that with you? What does that mean? Like on the mission trip with me? Like he wants to go on the mission trip? Hey, KP. But but right now my charity that I used for the event is called the 404 Fund. So it gives back to basically the underprivileged here in Atlanta. So obviously, people were affected by like the SNAP benefits and things like that. So it's that. What is your favorite book in the Bible? My favorite book, I'd have to say Psalms or Genesis. I like reading about the creation of the earth. But I'll be honest, the Old Testament was really ruthless. For those of you that read the Bible, like, because when I was in the house, that is like when I was able to reread the Bible since forever. Like, I don't know how many of you guys have read the Bible from front to back. I have not read the Bible front to back that many times, to be honest. Like, I'm going to be really honest with you. Now, of course, when I go to, church, they give you scriptures to read and things like that. But reading the Bible from beginning to end, like it's a legit book, oh my gosh, it's so insightful. Like, did y'all know that the Old Testament was so gritty? Like, the Old Testament was so gritty. Like, God played no games with us in the Old Testament, okay? Like, no testament. Like, he played no games. Like, he was getting rid of people left and right. You did something wrong, boop, bye, boop, bye. Like, he played no games. There was no second chances or third chances. Back then, no. Remember when he turned old girl into a pillar of salt because he told her not to look back? And she looked back. Like, girl, let's be real, y'all. If I watched the Lord literally just wipe out this entire town, he said everybody in the town has to go. We're going to burn them all. They got to go. We're wiping our hands of them. And he says, hey, you and your husband can get out of town. Like, y'all can get out scotch-free, but all I need you to do is not look back. That's the only thing he wanted her to do, is not look back. And this girl had the audacity to look back. Do you know how my eyes would have been shut Do you know how my eyes would have been glued shut riding out of town, just in case I even thought to look back? She was tripping. And he did exactly what he said he was going to do. Salt. Find a new wife, sir, because this one's salty. This one's done. This one's done. So no, the Old Testament was crazy. Like, real crazy. Let's see what else y'all gotta say. I want to see what are things to do in Orlando. Because I'm going to be honest, y'all, I am not trying to just be at the resort the whole time. Let's be honest. I want to do something fun. I mean, it'll be fun to do this. I mean, the OTE weekend, but I want to do like something fun. I was actually going to be bringing the guy that I was dating with me to the event this weekend, but we broke up, so can't take him anymore. To do in Orlando. So yes, that is true. I am newly single, which is very interesting. Who's your favorite Real Housewives of Atlanta housewife besides Nene? I like Portia. I like Portia. She's fun. This style is cute and all, but when they're loose, you're a whole... Oh, I'm going to take them down this week when I go to Orlando. I try to keep them in as long as I can, just so they can hold their curl when I take them down. But listen, they are barely holding on. See, like, this is a rubber band. Like, the rubber bands, after a while, they kind of just, like, break off. And then they'll just fall down. Who's my favorite Big Brother player? Definitely Tiffany. I like Tiffany from The Cookout. I think she's a great person as well. Because I think there's a difference. I think you can be a good player on Big Brother, and, you know, the way that you play on the show and the person as a person are two different things, right? Am I doing the challenge? I don't know. I'm actually not sure. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I would have to know more. That's the best thing I can say. So, yeah, that's about it. Blissful, I'm actually excited about that. Yeah, I think she's going to be at the event this week. I do think she's going to be at the event this week. I'm glad too that they said it was supposed to snow in Atlanta this week, and it didn't, thankfully, because I was kind of thinking that like that would be a reason why some people, at least people from my area, wouldn't make it out there, but it seems like it's going to be okay. What day are you going to Florida? I'll be in Florida on Thursday morning. I'll be there Thursday morning, bright and early. I think my flight lands at like 1. I think. I actually need to look. But yeah. Let me see, things to do in Orlando. Honestly, TikTok is the best place to find things to do in Atlanta. I want to find a steakhouse. One thing about me, y'all, anytime I go somewhere, I have to find somewhere really good to eat. Really good to eat, and listen, it better be good. Let me see. Best restaurants in Orlando. I like lamb. I like lamb chops a lot. Hey Kate, I didn't see that side of Riley, so I cannot confirm that. Hey Jory, I do like Sabrina Carpenter. My cousin Lene, she is actually who put me on to Sabrina Carpenter. Let's see. Oh, they have an Ocean Prime in Orlando. That sounds good. Anybody have any suggestions for restaurants in Orlando? Let me see. I'm about to look up Orlando date night restaurants. What's today? Monday? Yeah. Restaurants. Okay, let's see if TikTok can save me. Rainforest Cafe is crazy. Isn't that the restaurant that has like all of the like trees and animals and stuff? Jory, you know, I've never been to Michigan actually. I've been to a lot of places, but not Michigan. And I heard it's super cold. Okay, I like Rainforest Cafe. I have not had Rainforest Cafe in a minute, but I do remember that they used to have, what was it think coconut shrimp. Oh my God, that coconut shrimp is fire. Fire. Oh, okay. I just found some cute places in Orlando. There's a place called Ceiba, Ceiba, that looks super cute. It has dimly lit lighting. This couple went there on a date night. They look super cute, actually. Y'all, I love date night itinerary. I love date night TikToks. I've been to San Francisco, yes. Or if you go to any of the Disney parks, Magic Kingdom. No, okay, so I'm definitely a Disney World kid. Like, obviously I was raised in Florida. So we used to go to Disney World every summer. My grandfather used to take us, the one who passed away last year. So I've always been obsessed with the Disney parks. Granted, the name as well, it makes sense. I wouldn't mind going to, I don't want to go to Disney World, but maybe Magic Kingdom? Or what part of Florida did you grow up? Jacksonville, Florida. Duval County. This place called Ceiba is actually really, really nice. I'm adding it to my little folder. I have folders for TikTok, y'all. Who's that? Okay, what else is there? I just like to go to eat at really nice places and take cute pictures, and that literally makes me happy. How did you handle not being able to watch anything in the house? If you mean like my TV, that didn't really bother me that much because I'm not a big TV girly. Like, I don't watch a lot of TV. I read a lot. I read a lot of books, like, in my downtime, and I do a lot of journaling. So those are like my big things. If I do watch TV, it is music that's on it. So like even now, I don't know if you see, it's literally a music channel that is playing. So that didn't bother me not being able to watch stuff like that, but not being able to talk to my friends and family, that bothered me because I'm definitely a gabber and I like to know about what my family is doing. So like I'm the oldest sibling, which means I'm the nosiest because like I feel like I am like a mom at the same time, even though I'm not their mom. So I like to know about all that they're doing. And so to be away from that, to like not know like, oh, did you go on a date? How did the date go? Do you like the guy? Do you not like the guy? Like, I want to know all those details. And so when I was away, I missed out on so many cool moments that I wish I could have been able to share with them. And so I feel like I'm still catching up on things because, you know, people can't remember to tell you everything. So my birthday, I was born in March. I'm an Aries. I'm an Aries. If you didn't already tell. Man, one thing too is I hold my phone way too much. I feel like I'm getting carpal tunnel in my hand. Like, it's so tight right here. I need to stop holding my phone. Definitely stop holding my phone. Why did you turn on Jimmy? Ooh. You guys, like, people have asked this question so many times. It's like to the point I'm kind of tired of answering it. But my decision in the game based on Jimmy and I was based on just his actions in the house at that time. It's okay. His actions in the house at that time. I think he was, wasn't communicating with me that much. It was a lot that he was doing behind the scenes that was causing for a little rift in my game. And he and I didn't communicate fully in regards to the whys behind some of the things that he was doing. And so I kind of just went with my gut and was just like, okay, cool. Like, what he's doing is not okay with my game. Now, hindsight is 20/20. I think if we would have went back, and I think if Jimmy and I would have been able to sit down and have a conversation, and he told me like, hey, I was actually only doing this for X, Y, and Z, or if he told me the things that, he that came to me about some of the things, I think he and I would have been able to like, make some things work. But a lot of things came to me about things that he was doing that he actually was doing, and they weren't things that we were talking about. So it came off as, the things that I were hearing were done, with, malicious intent. That's the best way to explain it. But I didn't turn on Jimmy because of who he is as a person. Like, I love Jimmy. I think he's a great guy. He's actually one of the only people in the house that I actually genuinely clicked with, which is why it kind of sucked that bad when I found out that, he was doing certain things that I don't think aligned with my game or what he was saying to me. But I do hope that one day he and I are able to play again together in some capacity, whether it's, another show or whatever. I would love to play with him in something. Yeah. Have I forged any genuine friendships with any of the other cast members? I believe so, yes. I think that some people that were on the cast are people that I do consider good friends, or I should say good acquaintances. I think a friendship is, I think a friend is a big word. I think friend is a big word. There are some people that are in my life now who I'm acquainted with, who I associate with, who I wouldn't say like are my friends. I do think that we're, you know, friendly, or we're growing towards getting to know each other more. But I don't throw the term friend around loosely. Dom, if you were invited back in like 5 years as a twist, what would you do differently? That's a good question. That's a really good question. I think if I was invited back for later for a twist, I think the thing that I would do differently is trusting my discernment. I think that I think there was a lot of things that I did in the game despite me knowing better, if that makes sense. Like in my core, I knew certain things about certain people, and I still chose to, you know, stay connected or to defend or do right by, etc. And I went against my own better judgment. And I think that is not okay. I think if you can't trust yourself, who can you trust? So I think if I were to go back and to do anything differently, it would be to trust my gut, because God gave me my gut, my intuition, my discernment for a reason. And I need to make sure that I stick to it. Can you see my nail design? Oh, this nail design is kind of basic in my opinion. They just did like little stars on them for the holidays. Let's see. Keanu, definitely Keanu. Did you enjoy your time on the show and your edit? So I haven't really seen what my edit looks like, to be honest, but I did enjoy my time on the show. I'm a big advocate of making sure that you say yes to opportunities, because like in life, I don't know. No one knows like when you're going to be able to do things again. Like some things that miss you will forever miss you. Meaning like sometimes you don't get second chances or second opportunities to do things. That's with things, that's with connecting with the right people, so on and so forth. And so when the opportunity presented itself, and it presented itself in such a weird and like out of the blue way, I literally knew it automatically that it was meant for me to do it. I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to do it. I'm supposed to go. I'm supposed to say yes. So I am grateful for saying yes. I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful for whatever that they saw in me. You know, when they wanted to cast me, they reached out to me to do the show. I'm grateful for whatever they saw in me that they thought was, you know, TV worthy. So yeah, I actually did enjoy it. Can you do a tell-all about the winner of BB? What's a tell-all? I mean, like, why would I do a tell-all? Hey, Emily, thanks so much for chiming in. I love fans. Have you enjoyed your celebrity experience in your personal life? You know what's funny? I don't feel different until I leave Atlanta. And this might sound so crazy. I don't feel super different until I leave Atlanta. When I leave Atlanta, I think that's when it really clicks in for me. Just because like I was already really, really, really plugged in to the city of Atlanta. Like I'm kind of already very well known here. So that didn't change, right? Now maybe a few more people, you know, when I'm like in random places might say my name. The funniest thing is when I go to like the games, like when I go to the Hawks game, because like I do floor seats a lot at the Hawks game, and I was at the Hawks game last week. And it's funny when I walk in there and I hear my name being called. That is funny. That feels different. But besides that, like I pretty much know everybody in Atlanta already. Like people already know me for what I do. So I don't really feel the status until I leave. I don't know, but I don't even know if that's weird or not. I guess, I don't know. I just live a very interesting life in Atlanta. So when I leave is when I really get hit to the fact that like obviously I was on a show. And that does feel a little different. I'm getting used to it. It does feel different. I think it's easy to identify me as well. I think my hair is very easily identifiable. So like, you know, when I go places, like I was at the airport most recently coming back to Atlanta, I was in another city, another state, I was in the Midwest. And for people to approach me there in the airport, I think is really cool. And everyone has so many nice things to say, which is super sweet. And it's funny, I was actually, the lady I sat next to, it was a lady who, you know, saw me in the TSA line, who saw me and said hi. And, you know, I get to my gate, you know, I get in my seat, and lo and behold, I was thinking that my seat was empty. The seat next to me was empty because I'm in first class. And lo and behold, the same lady comes and sits next to me, and she's like laughing. I'm like, oh my gosh. And she's like, I promise I'm not going to talk your ear off. She's like, I promise I'm not going to talk your ear off. And she left me alone the whole flight. And then when we landed, and you know, you're waiting like for the airplane to taxi and stuff, then she was like, oh, can I ask some questions? And I'm like, absolutely. She was super sweet. Super sweet. It was funny though. She was nice. Happy birthday, Stone. Girl, what part of Atlanta? I live in downtown Atlanta, actually. And you said Bankhead, born and raised. Oh, that's cool. No, I didn't say I know everyone in Atlanta, but I do know all the people that need to be known in Atlanta for sure. I might have not known you, and you might have not known me, but I mean, you know who I am now, though. Oh, you're from Seattle. Cool. That wasn't shade. That was just the truth. Conrad, you said that you are someone that ask me your question. You can ask a question here. You don't have to hop on the live, love. What's your question? Okay, so I'm trying to find stuff to do in Orlando. Definitely dinner. Somebody asked me if I was packed. I am not packed. I am definitely a last minute packer. I'm a very last minute packer. Can you talk? Wait, what? What? Hi, love. So did 14 other players? Oh. Blitzful Diamond. Clock it. Exactly. I know that's right. Can you talk about your audition process? I mean, it was pretty simple. I don't know what we're allowed to talk about. I can't even remember. I have to go look at that contract. But like they reached out. At the time, I had a different TikTok that was unfortunately hacked. It's crazy. My TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook was hacked. Back then, they all had the same password. So whoever the hacker was, kudos to you for finding it out. But at the time, I had a different TikTok, and I would do date night planning on the TikTok. So like I would take myself on a date every month, and I would do that content and walk through what I did for myself. And then I would do like reenactments of Nene leaks because I was like obsessed with Nene. And then I would just do date night planning and just kind of talk through experiences about, you know, people who were dating incorrectly and how I could fix their dates, so on and so forth. And so they reached out on TikTok, and then I thought it was a scam. I didn't think it was real. And then the same person reached out on Instagram, and I still thought it was a scam a little bit. Then I responded because they reached out multiple times. I responded, and they're like, oh, like we think you'd be great for X, Y, and Z. I wasn't familiar. Like I know of Big Brother, but I hadn't watched a season in a long, long time. So they were like, yeah, watch these seasons. They recommended me watch these seasons. I watched the seasons, and I'm like, yeah, like I think that'd be super cool. And then I kind of went through the process, and that was pretty much it. I don't know if I can say exactly what we did, but did I consider myself a villain? I love villains, and I was just very curious. I don't know. I guess like when I see and I learn what other people were saying in regards to a villain, when I was seeing what other people were saying in regards to what a villain was, like someone that, you know, like gave good TV. Some people were saying that, you know, the villain is basically someone that, you know, didn't take any shit, excuse my language. The person that, you know, stirred things up a little bit, did things that others weren't doing, et cetera, et cetera. Like if that is what the definition of a villain is, then sure. Like I guess that was something that I was doing. I have learned that a villain is not the worst thing in the world, obviously for TV. You know, you're the person that gave good TV, that gave a little bit of entertainment. And if that is what the definition is, if that is what you consider a villain, then maybe so. Then I could say yes. But I didn't take offense to the word villain. I don't think that I did anything with malicious intent, but I definitely didn't take any SHIT at all. So I don't know. I don't know. Would I do Amazing Race? I would. You know what's funny? My dad wants to do Amazing Race really bad. He's watched it before. I've never really watched Amazing Race. I watched like a snippet of this season just to support obviously the fellow BB members, but I've never really watched the show. But he wants to do Amazing Race really bad. So I would love to do it with my daddy. And if not him, I would be cool to do it with my bestie, my best friend. It's funny, the guy that I was dating, he was like that he wanted to do Amazing Race. And I was thinking to myself, sir, with as terrible as you communicate, there is no way we can go on Amazing Race and win. You have to actually know how to communicate properly to be on Amazing Race. And he was the worst communicator ever, guys. Oh, gosh. Dodged a bullet. Let's see. Oh, no, I didn't get hacked while I was in the Big Brother house. No. My social medias got hacked well before I was on the show. So this is previous. So when I went into the show, I started over. Like I had new social media accounts. Why is one side of my hair longer than the other? So this is the style that is called a lock bob. So for if I was someone that had much shorter hair, you know, and had it cut into a lock bob, this is what into a bob, it would look like this. You know, some people have bobs where they have short on this side and it gets longer as it goes around. So it's the same effect, but it is created with my locks. Since my locks are so long, I have to have them pinned up to give the look of a bob without me actually cutting my hair into a bob. That is why the style is the way it is. It is called a lock bob. LOC space BOB. Would you recommend going on Big Brother? That's a good question too. I think I would recommend it, yeah. I think if the opportunity presents itself, I think it's something that you should at least consider. I will say this, before you go on to Big Brother, I think the biggest thing that a person can work on is their self-confidence and just being comfortable with people's opinions of you. So me personally, I've always been a person that never GAF, which that stands for gave a fuck, about anything a person's ever said about me, to be honest. Like I've always been very much so confident and true with who I am. Like I don't really get weighed or swayed by words. Some people hate that about me. Some people love it about me. But I think really working on that before you go into the house, then you're fine. Because people are going to have things to say about you. Some things are going to be good. Some things are going to be bad. Some things are going to be true. Some things are going to be false. But as long as you are strong enough to not be fazed by any of those things, you will definitely come out on top. In my opinion, the person that is unfazed is always the one that wins, for sure. Because it's not really much you can do or say to that person to bring them down to your level. So you always have to make sure that you're confident within who you are. So make sure you're strong with that, strong in that, and you'll be totally fine. Totally fine. Conrad, you're funny, but it's giving no babes. Thank you, Suzanne Crockett. Thanks, baby cakes. Yes, I think it's Aisha or Aisha. Yes, asymmetrical bob. You got it figured out. Somebody said block Conrad. That's actually funny. Oh. Yikes. Hey, Megan. We actually finished already. I had a girl, I had a doctor on here. What was your lead? Ooh, it's going fast. I had someone hop on. Her name is Chanda. She is a psychologist. And we talked about basically just, you know, healing and being mindful of what the holidays does to our mental and just talking through what that looked like. And it was actually very insightful. I actually picked that topic specifically because me personally, the holidays are really hard for me. I've said this a couple times, like I lost my grandfather last year, this time. Well, after the day after Christmas, I lost my grandpa. He passed away. And it's something that I'm still trying to deal with, and it doesn't feel very good once the holidays start to come up. Even like this Thanksgiving, like not being able to call him or see him and at least say the happy Thanksgiving, it feels different. And I think a lot of people are experiencing the same feelings. And I'm personally in a space to where I'm grieving and it doesn't feel good, and it comes in weird waves, you know? It comes in the most random moments. Like I could literally be doing something and I'm like, ooh, let me call Baba. And I have to remind myself, like, you can't because he's not here. And even over the holiday weekend, I had to apologize to my grandmother, which is my Baba's wife. She's his wife. Like he married her, you know, after my grandmother. But I had apologized to her because I hadn't been reaching out to her that much as of recently. And I told her that the reason I hadn't been reaching out to her that much is because the fact that I have to call her, it solidifies the fact that I can no longer call him. Because I've gone through my entire life, you know, calling him, and then I'm like, oh, like, let me talk to, you know, Carol, which is his wife's name. And, you know, he'll put her on the phone, but I always like went through him. And to know that I can no longer call him, it like kind of confirms it when I have to just reach, I don't know, when I have to reach out to her. It just makes it feel weird, and it solidifies the fact that he's no longer here. So, yeah, I'm gonna try not to cry. Let me just stop talking about it. Makes me sad. You know what, Megan, you're right. Yes, that is so true. That is so true. Someone said that me forming a deeper relationship with her could help heal me. And I actually agree with that. I'm sorry, Sue. I can't even imagine losing my father. So I'm very sorry for your loss. But I've learned that it's okay to grieve. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to miss people. And you have to be comfortable with what your grief looks like. And like, that's why I'm talking about it, because I don't know what people are going through, but I'll be honest. Like if I don't know, if I was watching a TikTok live this time last year, someone like me, like talking about it and being so open about it, I don't know, I would be receptive, because it's like, you just never know. I'm very close with my parents. Yes. I'm very close to my mom and very close to my dad. And the grandfather that I lost is my mom's dad. And he was the first grandparent that I've lost. I still have my remaining grandparents. We all have very close relationships. So yeah, it's hard, because it's like, I feel like I think I had the mindset that like my grandparents and my parents are going to be here forever. I don't know. Has anybody ever thought about that or thought that way? Even though I know obviously they're not immortal, but I never really thought about the fact that they would not be here at some point in time. So it feels weird to know like, oh yeah, Conrad. Okay. Yeah, I was emotional about my grandpa, especially on the live feeds. It's crazy because that was like so long ago, or it was a little while ago, and it still feels the same. It still feels like the same amount of hurt. It's weird. Ooh, Josh, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, losing grandparents is weird. It's so weird. So this year is very interesting for me, because not only like is this the first year without my grandfather, I also am going through, like, obviously I'm newly single again. So like obviously I ended my relationship that I was in. So now I'm walking into this new season of me. And I'm actually really glad that the relationship ended before the new year started, because like I'm big on new beginnings. And even ended before today, December 1st. Today's the first day of the month. So I'm thinking of doing a series for this month of December. I don't know what series I should do. So what do you guys think I should do? I don't know, a series on something. I want to do 31 days of it this month. So I was thinking of like, this might be so childish. Y'all let me know if I'm being too petty. I could be, I don't know, it could be day one of no longer dating a narcissist. Is that a little too touchy? I don't know. It could be day one of, I don't know. I think day one of living. I think I might do a series on day one of living in my truth, being comfortable and a lot more confident in my reality. You know? Yeah, I like lessons learned from dating. Day one of dating differently. Day one of, do an A through Z solo dates. I like that too. Day one, yeah, I could do 31 dates. 31 dates for myself. 31 days of putting me first. I like that. I'm about to write that down. I actually love that. I think I might do that and just do something different for myself every single day. Even things that like you don't have to spend money on, but just something. Something that like, you know, like pours back into me. Because I do think that one thing, my biggest fault, guys, and I'm comfortable with talking about it out loud because I'm sure someone's going to clip this and share it to others. But it also allows me to remain accountable for myself. I like day one of rediscovering myself. I forgot to write down the other one thing that somebody told me. Hold on, let me remember to put this in my stuff. I don't know why my notes is taking forever to come up. Okay, so what did we say? We said day one of putting me first. Okay, what's another one? Day one. I like that. 31 lessons learned during dating. Day one of discovering myself. So one thing that I've learned that I have an issue with, and I'm saying this out loud just so that, I mean, you guys can hold me accountable. I'm going to hold myself accountable, and I've told my friends this. I have an issue with trying to fix people. And when I say trying to fix people, I have dated men who do me or treat me very well. I'll say this, they treat me very well. Like I'm very a spoiled princess. Got it. Those things are great. But there will be certain things or traits that they obviously show me. And I'm going to just say this for the two most recent relationships I've been in. When people show me who they are, in the last 2 times I've been dating, I don't believe them. And that is not a them problem. That is a me problem. That's something that I'm supposed to fix within myself, not something that someone else can fix for me, right? Because sometimes, like I'm very aware of, you know what I'm saying, when a person does something, it doesn't mean it's about me. You know, if a person treats me bad or they have an attitude or they don't know how to communicate properly, that's not my fault. That is not me that has the issue. They have the issue. But when they show me that they are incapable of being the person that I need them to be, when they show me that they are incapable of showing up for me the way I need to be shown up for, especially the way that I'm showing up for them, when they show me that they are incapable of loving me the way that I need to be loved, and so on and so forth, sometimes instead of me believing them in that moment, I connotate their actions for something else in their life that needs to be fixed, that I need to be the one to help them fix it. And that is not okay. And I have come to that realization just recently. And it's interesting, like I am not, who is this? Big Wuda 09. Actually, it could be 40 if you drop off. So, and I've come to that realization most recently. And I'm comfortable with saying it out loud just because it's something that I need to be aware of. Do you think 18 is young? I do think that 18 is young. Yeah, I think 18 is a young age. Not in like a young derogatory, like I'm saying, oh, that person is young, it's derogatory, but like young as in like you have a whole life ahead of you. Like 18 is a great age. I think 18 is an exceptional age. All right, so we're gonna do day one. I think I'm gonna do 31 lessons learned. Can I do 31 lessons learned while being in a narcissistic relationship? or 31 lessons learned during dating, or day 1 of putting myself first. And then I'll do day 2 of putting myself first, day 3, day 4. And it'll just be me like showing up for myself. I don't know. I need to do day 1. Today though, what did I do for myself today? Oh, today I did something good for myself, which I actually enjoyed. It might not be that big of a deal or whatever, but today I went and got paint. I'm renovating my house still. I went and got... Thanks, Katie. Ah, thanks, Katie. Oh, that's Katie. Hey, Katie McGinnis. Hey, girl. The color paint I got was agreeable gray. It's gonna go in my living room, actually, in this area. Well, like this is I'm sitting in like my bar area, but my living room's over there. But I'm gonna do agreeable gray in here, and I want to do a really cool color on the back of my bed. Are you still event planning? Hey, Nerdy Fox. Yes, I do plan events. So I don't consider myself an event planner. I actually call myself an event experience architect, because I don't just do like, you know, cookie cutter events. I do, you know, activations. I do immersive experiences. So I guess I'm more of like an immersive experience consultant. Of course I noticed it was you, girlfriend. I had to look real close. I'm like, oh, I was like, those two people look familiar. And then I look real hard. I'm like, oh, hey, it's you, Angel. Hey, girl. Bye, Josh. Hey, Big Buddha. You can leave again. Thank you. Love you. See, that's the thing. Like, I have so many friends. I have so many friends that are married and living their best lives. Even my homegirl, Katie, she's in here right now. And I just love that I have those people to remind me of what can be and what I could, like, you know, I can have one day. Now, the ultimate goal for me is not marriage. Because, like, if I don't end up married, like, it is what it is. I'm fine with that. But it would be nice, obviously, to have someone to spend my life with. So, obviously, dating in Atlanta is trash. Like, I would never recommend a person to date here. You have to date outside of the city. Just because it's just too many women here compared to the men. But it's nice to have friends that actually, like, are living in, you know, the Disney princess worlds. Hey, who's that? Grace? Hey, Grace. Hey, girl. Aw, thanks, Katie. Girl, you've been around for the longest, okay? My friend Katie has literally been through the ringer with me in my relationship series. Girl, one day it will be nothing to talk about, but my husband is on his way home. Lorena, do you think you were good on Big Brother? I think so. I think I was good for myself. I don't really think that there's a what is this saying? I don't think that there's like a report card or anything that we can actually utilize to judge a person's game or whatever. But yeah, I think I did good for my circumstances, for my knowledge of the game, for the personalities that were in the game with me, for the resources that I had, and for the time that I had to prepare. Yes, I talked to a lot of house guests. Oh, one thing I want to do, I'm going to do a haul. Yes. Oh, it's Anthony. Yes. One thing that I learned about myself was to trust my discernment. Hey, Tay. Worlds, I called often into the DR. Yes, all the freaking time. Oh my gosh, all the time. It was so annoying. Are you happy that you got blindsided, or would you rather know that you were going no matter what? I'll be honest. I don't think I would have cared either way. I think once obviously when my eviction happened, I had prayed a lot the day before. And I was really worn out with the game in general, just because I'll be honest, like, I don't know if any of you have done anything similar to it, but being in that house is very mentally draining, especially like a person like myself. after a while, you're exhausted, you're tired, you're kind of over it. And I feel like I was reaching my end. And so I kept asking God, I was like, okay, like, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. So obviously I didn't know I was leaving in that moment, but I was honestly so grateful. The first thing that I was ready to get was crab legs. As soon as they called my name and I walked out to see Julie. Well, the first thing I looked back and was like, dang, I look good on TV. Because I'm gonna be honest, y'all, I felt like I was busted in the house. Like, as far as like, I felt like I was not looking good. So to turn around and see me on the TV screen, I'm like, oh, damn, girl, you look good. I was like, okay, clock it. And the next thing I'm like, okay, cool. Like, when do I get real food? Because a girl like me was hungry. And they fed me really good, though. Like, the day I got evicted, I was actually happy with that. And then I got my crab legs the next day. Yes. So that's all I really cared about. And I was ready to get home. I know, what's crazy is I was so close to winning the Blockbuster, too. But I do believe that every single thing happens for a reason. Only thing happens for a reason. Who is this? Kevin Cahill. Hey, Kevin. I don't think I've ever blamed anyone for my game, actually. I went home because I went home, which is okay. It is definitely okay. Send me a message. I definitely want to keep track of you as a person, because I definitely want to see when you are able to play Big Brother so I can support you as much as you're supporting me. Listen, Katie, you already know I struggle living with that many people. For those of you that do not know, I've had a roommate one time in my entire life. And that roommate lasted for half of a semester because she was very nasty. She did not clean up after herself. And ew, she was gross. I called my parents. They moved me into my own apartment literally 2 weeks later. And I never looked back at the roommate life, ever. I've never had a roommate ever again. So living with so many different people was, woo, that was such a stretch for me. I've never done that. Like, I've never done that. Yeah. Freshman year, I got my own apartment. Well, my parents got my apartment. Stayed in that apartment, and so I bought my first house. And yeah, no roommates. So even my husband, when I get married, I don't know, we might have to like live in different wings of the house. You're going to submit your audition next week. Is it too late? Oh, I don't know. I don't know about the time parameters for stuff at all. I mean, I wasn't actively looking. I wasn't actively applying for Big Brother, so I'm not sure when the casting stuff is. What did the Big Brother house smell like? I think it depends on what was cooked and how clean people were being. Sometimes it smelled like, I don't know. It didn't smell that good sometimes. Am I tired of talking about Big Brother? No, I'm not tired about it. I think the only thing that I tire of sometimes quite easily is when people ask me the same exact questions that I've consistently answered. So it's like sometimes that bothers me a little bit. But I do like it when people ask, new innovative questions that make me think, because there's some things that I have not thought about yet. There's some things that I haven't processed or, because I haven't even thought about, I haven't been given the information or, even the perspective to look at things differently based on what people ask. So it's nice when someone gives me a new perspective and it makes me kind of have to think and process things a little further. So that I'm not tired of. I don't get tired of. Do I do my own locks? No, I don't do my own locks. Sometimes, like, I style my hair in between lock styles. Like, I'm going to take my own hair down this week before I go to the OTE weekend. But I don't do my hair on my own consistently. I'm going to actually have to start doing some of my own styles. I recently got, I signed a brand deal with Mael Cosmetics, which is like a hair care company. So I signed a deal with them 2 weeks ago, actually. So I will now be doing influencer work for them based on my locks. So there'll be some things that I'll have to do myself. I'll probably have to do some, some stylings and stuff like that. So I'm excited for that journey. You guys will definitely be a part of it with me. Be very unique. If I was a juror, who would I have voted for? Between Ashley and Vince, who would I have voted for? Is that the question? If the question was, if I was a juror, who would I? Oh, okay. I definitely would vote for, if it was between Ashley and Vince, I would vote for Ashley to win. I'll be honest. I would have voted Ashley. If it were Ashley versus Morgan, I would have voted Ashley. How has your life changed post Big Brother? Well, one thing that's changed post Big Brother is the fact that everybody asked me about Big Brother. That's definitely one thing that changed. Because obviously before Big Brother, I was not checking for Big Brother. So that was a big change. Blissful Diamond and her not responding to, I don't know what that means. Can you wash dreads or do you have to keep them dry? So I actually call my hair locks. So these are considered locks, not dreads. And yes, you can wash them. You wash them all the time. And just a little bit of insight. The reason why I don't call my hair dreads is because dreads were actually, it was like a terminology that was created a little back in the day to describe African Americans' hair. They were calling it dreadful. And that's where dreads came from. So, yeah. So we call them locks. Because it's just a more like, it's a more affirming description of our hair. But, and I mean, I'm fine with the question because some people don't know. So I don't mind answering questions. It's not a problem at all, especially about my hair. As long as you're informed. So you can ask me so you don't have to ask someone else. But yes, I can wash my hair. Just like everybody else. My hair does hold a lot of water. I will say that because my hair is stupid thick. Okay? Stupid thick. So when I wash my hair, I literally be feeling like I'm about to topple over. Because, especially if I don't like dry it. Like if I don't dry it out, y'all, oh my God. Literally. It's insane. I feel like a bobblehead. For sure. Who else? Let's see. Do you wash them in lock form or do you have to take them out? So when it's styled like this, I wash my hair. I definitely wash my hair. And then when I take it out, I can wash my hair. I can wash it either way. But if I don't want to take my hair down, then yeah, I would wash it like this. So like when I was in the house, the Big Brother house, I had to wash my hair like this. Which was not the best thing because that glue and stuff would still be in my hair. Like it's insane. Who would have been my final two? Good question. Probably my final two. So if it was me and two others, I just want to wait for your confirmation. If it was two, who was that? Sashi? Yes, okay. So if it was me and two others, my final two, I would probably have to say, probably Keanu. I think Keanu would have been good to have up there as one person. And this is based on nothing that have happened in the house. Like just based on gameplay, I would say this. So definitely Keanu would be a person. And then I think the third person, maybe Lauren. Actually, no, maybe Vince. I think Keanu and Vince. Hey Lisa or Lissa, would you do another show? I feel you would be awesome on Traders. I would do another show. Rob, why are you still talking about Big Brother? What's up with you and new shows you going on? So I'm still talking about Big Brother because people are asking about it. So I don't want to be rude and just ignore people, even though I do ignore some things that people ask, but that's why we're still talking about it. And we actually just did a whole live for an hour where we didn't talk about anything Big Brother related. We actually talked about grief and healing during the holidays and what that looks like. So that's why. Are there parts of the house that they don't show on TV? No, not really. Everything is pretty much shown. I'm trying to think. Yeah, everything is pretty much shown. Except like the inside of the showers. Everything is shown. Like everything that we deal with, like when we're going to do like the competitions and stuff like that, obviously that's not shown on camera. Like when we walk through the pantry and then we're on set all of a sudden, like those types of things are not on camera. But no, everything in the house you guys would see. Anthony, no, you should not get Taco Bell. Taco Bell is bad for you. It's like terrible, actually. Don't eat Taco Bell. Is it awkward showering in front of everyone? Yes, it is. It actually is, because you have to really figure out like what your vibe is going to be. Like, what your vibe is going to be. Like, am I going to be the one that just full Monty's it and say F it? Or like you're thinking about it, because you can do nip slips. And in the beginning, obviously the live cameras weren't on, so that we kind of knew that if we removed a garment, they wouldn't show it. Like if I got naked, the camera would turn. This is before they told us when live started. When live started, they let us know like, hey, anything you do, we can't guarantee that it's not shown, because they switched the cameras from room to room. They only have, I think, 4 cameras in the house that are live, and there's way more than 4 places that you can be. So yeah, being naked in front of everybody is weird. And one thing too, like if you're taking a shower and somebody's walking into the bathroom stall, if a person is tall enough, they could see in the shower. Like they can literally, like if they walk and they literally just even glance a little bit to the left, they can see you butt naked. How do the shower doors always cover everybody's body when some people are taller? I think it might be the angle. I think it definitely is the angle. I think I missed a question. Let me see. Hey, Brandon. Does the restroom have a light? It seems small. Yeah, there's a light in there, but it's like super small, and it doesn't smell that good. It's very claustrophobic. I don't understand why people eat and drink in the bathroom either. I was guilty of that at one point too, and I started catching myself. I'm like, ew, what am I doing? And I would walk back out. But sometimes, I'll be honest, like just because we have nowhere else to go, like the bathroom is like, think about it this way. Let's say you're trapped in your house for 72 hours straight, meaning you are not allowed to leave at all. Remember when COVID happened and we couldn't leave for nothing? Picture it to that extent, but picture it as in like your doors are locked and you can't walk out of the doors. At that point, like going to the bathroom was like a field trip, because like you have nowhere else to go. Where am I from? I'm originally from, like I was born in Kansas City, Missouri. I grew up in Jacksonville, Florida, and I live in Atlanta. There's been a lot of fraction, I think you mean friction, post-show with this cast. Are you willing to reconcile with everyone? So I think, well, let me Google something real quick, because I want to make sure Okay, so reconcile means to restore friendly relationships, to coexist in harmony, make or show to be compatible. So I'm not really sure. I don't know if that makes sense, to reconcile with everyone. So I don't have any bad feelings or thoughts towards anyone that was on the show whatsoever. I wish everyone well, and I honestly hope for the best for every single person that was on that show, because everyone was on there for a reason. We're all on there for our own personal reasons, our own personal journeys, and I hope that whatever people were trying to find out about themselves, they were able to find out. So I think that's what's most important. Now, if the question is, am I going to like, be best friends with every single person that was on the show? I don't think that's realistic, just because I think that we all came from such different walks in life, different backgrounds. We were put together for one purpose and we serve that purpose. But I don't think it requires us all, every single person, to be heavily connected with each other. I think it's very similar to being hired for a job. Let's say you were hired to do a temporary job, over the summer or whatever. You guys go to work and you're colleagues, but I don't think that your friendship has to extend past that. And I think that's okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I have no ill will towards anybody on the show whatsoever, at all, actually. And I pray that every single person that I might not speak to on a consistent basis is doing exceptionally well. I pray that they are all living in their truth. And I hope that the show allowed them to do much bigger and better things than they were doing beforehand. I think that's what's important. Did I have to cook everything? I didn't cook every single thing. I did have to cook a lot of things, yes. Rachel cooked a lot. Morgan cooked breakfast, and I cooked a lot. A lot of people in the house, they didn't know how to cook. And I'll be honest, I am the kind of person, just being honest, like I prefer me to cook something that I eat or I consume because I know how it was prepared. Like my mom went to culinary school. It was funny when I was actually like a young girl. And I used to be her sous chef with any and everything that she was doing for her projects, for her classes. And so my mom, walked through things with me in regards to like, making sure that things were sterile and the proper cleaning practices and cross-contamination. And I know like all of the things that I shouldn't know about. Like I even know about Surf Save. I was Surf Save trained. Why? I don't know. But I just think that I understand what that should look like. And that's not even on the show. That's just in general. Like I prefer to cook stuff because I do know, to wash my hands. I know how to properly clean poultry. Some people don't clean their poultry. Some people just might wash it off with water and call it a day. So I just felt more comfortable with doing that. Because in the real life, like here in the real world, I don't cook that often just because I don't live a lifestyle that requires me to cook large meals. I am definitely a girl that goes out to dinner majority of the week. So being in the house and being allowed to cook, it allowed me to, one, sharpen up my skills, remember that I still got it, and two, obviously people didn't want to cook, so it gave me something to do. And when you're in the house all day and you're bored AF, like you got to do something. So I'm like, fine, let me cook. Let her cook. Wait, how do you clean poultry? That's a great question. How do you clean poultry? So for me, how I was raised to clean my chicken. So I take my chicken and the first thing I do is I rinse it out. Like I rinse the chicken off, obviously, dispose of all the packaging that it was in. And you soak the chicken. I soak the chicken in vinegar. I do regular vinegar. I do apple cider vinegar, and I do lemons. And I let them soak in that, and I scrub the chicken really good with the lemons. And I do that multiple times to make sure that it's cleansed properly, it's cleaned properly. And then I take it out and I prepare to cook it. Could you hear the live audience inside? Yes, you could, especially when they were cheering. It was very, very, very loud. No, you can't read any books in the house. There's nothing to read, like whatsoever, besides the pictures on the walls or something. Like you can't read anything. Hey, Brock. Yes, I am. I think it's funny. How like some people literally will log on to my TikTok live. They will log on to my TikTok live and make a comment or be upset about what I'm talking about. It's just interesting because it's like, it's free will. Like I'm using my free will to talk about it and you're using your free will to watch me. It's interesting. And we both can choose to do whatever we want to do. I don't follow you. I just seen it on my FYP. Well, I mean, you clicked in to watch. Just as easily as you clicked in, you could click out, babes. How's life treating you, Mickey? Hey, Bryson. Life is treating me very well. I'm heading into the holidays, getting prepared for what that looks like, and I'm trying to be super intentional with these last few days of this year. I'm trying to make sure that every single day I'm being very intentional. I'm doing something that pours back into myself. And that's where I'm at right now. I hope that you guys are doing the same. Will you go on to watch future? Yes, I'm going to watch Big Brother next year. Absolutely. I am the definition of being outside. Am I? I don't think so. I feel like a lot of the things that I do are always very beneficial. I do get invited to so much crap. Crap is not a good word. I get invited to a lot of stuff. So, yeah. Am I watching the new season? Yes, what's funny is I just watched the Amazing Race with my grandma this past weekend. She had never seen it before. So it's funny, like when I watch, I call her Mama. Her name is Mama, but she's my grandmother. But she, you know, I don't know if you guys have like how your grandparents are, but my grandma asks questions about everything. It's like, oh, why did they do that? Or why did they do this? Why did they do that? And so we're watching Amazing Race, and I'm literally having to explain detail for detail why certain things are happening. And it's funny because she's so invested. She's so invested. And it kind of sucked because it was the episode where, Chelsea and her father got eliminated. And my grandma really wanted them to make it. She was like, oh, what? Why'd they do that? Or, oh, they're not making it. Why they lost? It was so funny. It's funny watching it with her. Like, her commentary is funny as heck. I wish she lived here, too, because I would definitely be doing TikToks with her. Because she's funny. Her commentary will make something so funny. Something that's not funny, it'll make it hilarious. Jesselyn, amen. Where do I know you from? Nassau 728. I'm not sure. When the new Traders comes on, you should review the show. I do. When does the new Traders come on? Traders. It's season 4. So it's only 4 seasons of Traders. Oh, it comes on in January. Yeah, January 8th on Peacock. So Traders, like, it comes out a year after it's already completed. Is that right? Does anyone know? Oh, I love it. Yeah, I've actually never watched Traders before. I just know that everyone says I need to do Traders, but I'm very interested. And I think this season, is this the season that Tiffany is on? If it is, I'm definitely going to watch because I love, oh, the girl from The Real Housewives is on here. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Ooh. Traders actually seems like my cup of tea. Hey, King. Okay, so it's like a year gap between they do it. Okay, that's kind of cool. I actually really like the shows that do that because Big Brother is live. And like, obviously I'm in Atlanta, so it's a lot more, Survivor people here in Atlanta than there are Big Brother people. So I hang out with a lot of the Survivor people. And like the fact that they get time to disconnect from the show and watch it in real time with people is so dope. Versus like them being in it and not really knowing about it until after. Like, what a blessing. Like, what a blessing. Ooh, excuse me, sorry. Yeah, so they already know the winner. I think that's cool. Even with Survivor. Like, Survivor, literally, we're watching Survivor. Like, we had a watch party like 2 weeks ago. And the person already knew who won. And the people that had already done the newest Survivor that's about to air had already finished. So it's like, that's interesting. That's very interesting. That's very, very interesting. Have you gotten lots of job offers after Big Brother? Job offers, no. I would say like brand deals and things like that, yes. I don't want a job. I definitely don't want a job. I work for myself. I'm an entrepreneur. I would never want a job. I own an event company here in Atlanta, and that is the extent of my work. So yeah, no, I don't want a job. Tips for auditioning. I would just say be your authentic self. It seems like they like people. Like me, I'm very dramatic. I think they love dramatic people. They like when you have a little, when you, let's say for example, let's say they're like, okay, can you describe a cow jumping over the fence? And you're like, okay, the cow walked to the fence and he hopped over it. They don't want people that will explain things like that. I just signed a deal with Mael Cosmetics last week. But okay, so they don't want you to just say, oh, the cow jumped over the fence. They want someone that's going to be like, oh my God, this big old crazy looking cow ran towards me. I don't know. I fell, twisted my ankle, and I almost shit myself, and the cow ran over the fence and I don't know, ran back and almost tried to eat me. They want people that are like very just naturally animated is what it seems like. So, I mean, if that's you, then great. Just go for it. Be yourself and just do you. What is the food like on Big Brother? The food is what I cooked. The food is what I cooked and what Rachel cooked as well. I service all of the Georgia area. I have clients in Georgia, Texas, Missouri, London, Nigeria, a few other places. We do events everywhere. Everywhere. Washington State. Hey, girl. Oh, thank you, Josie, for saying God bless you. Jess, what kind of events do you do? We do all types of stuff. We do about activations for the most part. So I used to do weddings. I used to do micro weddings, proposals, baby showers. That's back in the day. Like that's around COVID time. That's when micro weddings were becoming like such a big thing. So I used to do micro weddings. And then before that, I was a date night planner. So I started off with a date night planning, and I still do date night planning. But the bulk of my work comes from just the activations and experiences. So for example, let's say that there is a lounge or an area, there's a lounge in your city, and they used to be super poppin'. Like everybody used to be in the lounge. Like it used to be the spot that everybody would go to. Like it was just the spot. And all of a sudden, no one goes there anymore. So that lounge would call me and say, hey, Mickey, we need obviously your expertise to get a specific demographic back into this space. So what I would do is I would work with them to curate highly curate like really high-end events and activations that bring people into their space. So I would help them come up with some type of theme, some type of experience or whatever that they can market to their demographic. And I would do obviously the market research. I would do all the marketing, the engagement, the curation, the execution. And then when it comes to fruition, I let them keep it. So they keep that. That can be an event or experience that they keep for years and years to come. And not only do they pay me to curate that experience, but I continue to make a percentage off of that experience every time they profit from it. So that's one component of my business. Another component of my business is, let's say, Remy Martin, like the spirit that we drink, or Bacardi, or Tito's Vodka. They are looking to push new product to their consumers, or they are wanting people to, know about things that they're doing. They will call me and hire me to create an experience or an event that surrounds a particular product that they're wanting to push. So we might do like a Tito's Vodka Lounge or something cool. It's like a pop-up experience. So I would do that. I would design the experience. I would do the ideation, the curation, the execution, hire the team, all of those things. Then another component of my business is I do my own activations. So December 19th, I am partnering with Via Ray Prosecco. So that's Issa Rae's Prosecco company. I'm partnering with them to do something called Silent Night Sessions. And so it's going to be like a private exclusive like listening experience where we'll have like a live band and they'll be able to taste different flights of Via Ray Prosecco. And we'll do like a wish wall, and they'll be able to decorate an ornament for their Christmas tree and like just stuff like that. So I do that. And the place that we're doing that is paying me to do it. And I brought in the sponsors and stuff to get it done. So those are the types of events and activations that I do as an event planner. So that's why I don't call myself an event planner. I call myself an experience architect or immersive experience architect, just because there's so many layers to what I do on a consistent basis. And then, of course, there's the date night component as well. So I have clients that, have me on retainer to just plan dates for them each month. So to make sure that them and their spouses do cool things together. I do have a team. Yeah, it's not just me. What degree did I study? I studied marketing. Yes, I still talk to people from the cast. I think majority of us will all be in Orlando this week. I think. Biggest regret from this season. Biggest regret of the season would be not using my discernment. Thoughts on Survivor 49 so far. So I won't even lie. I've only watched one episode of Survivor 49. And that was when we went to the watch party most recently that we hosted, Bryce and Wynn. And I was locked in. I was actually really surprised. I'm like, wow, this is actually really interesting. So I think it's pretty good, at least the episode I watched. That's the one they were on the wall challenge where they had to hold themselves up by their feet and they had to keep going down to each pillar. That's the one that I watched. And it was pretty good. How did you get involved in that line of work? That's a great question. So, back in the day, I've always been that type of friend that overly planned for everything. So I've always been that friend that when we go on vacations, I have the PowerPoint presentation ready. I have every night themed. I already have things planned out for us in advance. And so my boyfriend at the time, this is years and years and years ago, he was just like, wow, you need to start charging people for these things. You're just doing this stuff for free. And I had a friend who played for the Charlotte Panthers. He and his girlfriend at the time were going on a date. He asked me for some advice. And I'm like, hey, let me plan out the entire date instead of me just telling you where to go. He said, okay. I planned out the entire date. He loved it. And I was like, wow, I should make this a service. So I started off with making it a service. It's a date, which is what the company is called. It's a date planning. So started off making it a service. He was my first client, and then he told his other team members. So I started doing the date planning for a lot of the people on the team for the Charlotte Panthers. And then that particular person, he wanted to propose to his girlfriend. So he's like, hey, do you do proposals? And I'm like, no, but I can figure it out. So then I did his proposal. Then I did a few more. And then I ended up helping him plan his wedding. So his wedding was the first micro wedding. Oh, my light just went out. His wedding was the first micro wedding that I ever did, which was super cool. So yeah, I started doing that. And then when I moved to Atlanta, a lot of people in Atlanta are not in relationships. They're single. So they're like, oh, you only do stuff for people in relationships. I'm like, well, no, I can do things for people that are single. So then that's when I started the Mingle Experience. So the Mingle Experience is my activation-based company, and It's a Date is my date planning company. So the Mingle Experience started because a lot of people in Atlanta wanted to do some of the cool things I was planning for couples, but they wanted to do it as singles. And that's literally how it started. I don't know. My dad is an entrepreneur. He's been an entrepreneur for the majority of my life. So it's always been instilled in me to work for myself and not work for others. I've always understood the concept. And when I started my business, I had just ended, I had a boutique. I had a shoe boutique that I used to own in Charlotte, North Carolina. That was my first business, actually, was the shoe company. And I had just ended that business because I actually tore my ACL. I tore my ACL and my MCL. I was in a really bad accident, and I used to be my model. I was my model for my shoe boutique. And I wasn't wearing heels as much as I used to. And I kind of lost the passion for the boutique. And I honestly just stopped. I sold all of my inventory and we closed. And then I started doing the date night planning. I love Chloe Bailey. Would you go on a dating show like Love Island? No, I don't think I would go on Love Island. I don't think that would be good for me. I don't think that, I think the kind of people, no. Yes, I do still talk to Rachel. Yes, I do. Yes. Let's see. I don't know what Epstein Island is. The Bachelorette. I don't know. I don't like dating in public, guys. I don't know if I would do that. Cause like if I go on the Bachelorette, then I'm like it's for the whole world to see. I just think that's so uncomfortable. What is it? Bob the Bob. It didn't feel good being alone. Are you talking about the sequester? I think that's what you're talking about. It didn't feel good, no. Ugh. Have another light. When do you want kids? Oof. After I'm married. If I ever get married, I'll have kids. But I don't believe in having kids without a husband. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. House of Villains. What is House of Villains again? Because for a second, I thought House of Villains and Traitors was the same thing. They're two different shows? What the heck is House of Villains? Okay, Akili, I know that's right. You gotta manifest it. I can't wait to watch you on there. Oh, I didn't know there were two different shows. What the heck is House of Villains then? What does House of Villains come on? I'm about to look it up. House of Villains. Let's see. See, I learn so much when I be on live. House of Villains. Oh yeah, I need to do a haul with the outfits that I'm gonna wear for this weekend in Orlando. New York was on it. Oh, I love New York. Oh, they only had 2 seasons though. Is it done? Omarosa was on here. Get out of here. I think House of Villains is done though, isn't it? It says House of Villains is an American. Oh, it's on E. The first season aired in late 2023. It was renewed for a second season, which premiered October 9th. Oh, it was renewed. It's set to premiere in early 2026. Yes, I did. I watched Flavor Flav. I loved Flavor Flav. Get out of here. This is cool. No, I don't. I've never seen House of Villains. I actually thought that it was the same as the Trader Show. It's on E News. I should start an ASMR channel. That's a compliment, I guess. Thanks. Thanks a bunch. I think it's 10:30. Y'all have been on live for way too long. Wow, Tiffany was on here. I want to know who's gonna be on the next. Oh, Bobby Light was on here. I love Bobby. Oh, he is such a baddie. Oh my God. Joel McHale was on there. Joel McHale doesn't seem like a villain. Safari was on there. Oh, that's funny. Oh, and Visa was on here. Y'all, I love some Visa. Get out of here. I love some Visa. That is funny. Oh, and Visa looks good. I remember Visa from the 90 Day Fiance show. Okay, Visa. Body is tea. Yes. Oh, she looks really good. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know she was on there. I should watch this. I'm gonna watch it. I'm definitely gonna watch it. Oh, my phone was on Do Not Disturb. I have so many text messages. It went really well. I like Yalda. What's happening? I'm gonna watch it. What's my favorite restaurant in Atlanta? Ooh, girl, Poor Calvin's. Poor Calvin's is the best restaurant in Atlanta, hands down. It's like an Asian Afrofusion. It's delicious. And then second to that, which is not a fancy restaurant at all, it's called Spawn Divots. Spawn Divots is a seafood. Spawn Divots is like a seafood spot. I'm crying. Who was that that just said that? Bryson Mickey on D&D like she don't. Y'all, I'm a D&D queen, okay? I keep my phone on do not disturb when I definitely should not. But people that know how to get access to me, they get access to me. Like during the day, my phone's not on D&D because obviously I have to take calls for business. But listen, as soon as 9 o'clock hits, 9 p.m., oh, D&D is me, baby. Absolutely. Like, seriously. And sometimes I'm really bad at responding to texts. I'm looking on my computer. I have like a lot of text messages I have not responded to, but it'll be all right. It doesn't matter. I don't like texting anyway. The lobster fried rice from Poor Calvin's is insane. Callie, you know what's up. You get it. Some people don't get it. You definitely get it. That lobster. Oh yes, my divots is it too. Cause y'all, I love some crab legs. Okay, I will demolish crab legs. I've learned for a fact, the day that I meet a man and he's like, oh, I want to marry you, and like he gets down on one knee with a ring that definitely is a ring that I like, let's be honest. But I'm like, okay, I'm gonna say yes, but let's run a spondivis real quick. And I need to eat a bucket of snow crab in front of this man. And I need him to still love me when I'm finished. Cause obviously while we're dating, I'm probably gonna keep it real cute, keep it real light. But the moment where he's like, okay, babe, I'm ready to say I do, we need to go to Spondivits. I need a bucket of snow crab, extra garlic butter, and sprinkle some Old Bay on top. And then let's see how much you love me when I'm done. Because listen, it's not a pretty sight. It's not pretty at all. Not at all. Yes, the real Mickey. She's like, I go there every time I'm in Atlanta. I know that's right. And it's right by the airport too. So it's like you can't miss. I'm wondering if there's any good crab leg spots in Orlando. I remember when I was a kid, my grandpa took me to this place called Angels, if I'm not mistaken. It was like an all-you-can-eat crab leg buffet. I guarantee you it doesn't exist anymore. Actually, I'm about to look it up. I remember he took me there and I was obsessed. Let me see, Angel Buffet, Orlando. Does it still exist? Get out of here. It does. Oh no, it's permanently closed. Dang, that's crazy. I'll never forget my grandpa took me there. That was, yeah. When did you start your locks? I've been locked for like, ooh, I see a rubber band popping out. Y'all, it's about time for me to take these things down. I'm trying to wait until this weekend. Trying to wait until this weekend when I get to Orlando to take my hair down so it can be fierce. I started my locks. It'll be, I just made 5 years. Hey Linda, how do the mingle events work? Do you work them or go to mingle too? I work the events, most of them. Sometimes we have events going on at the same time, so I can't, but for the most part I work them. Yeah. Am I mingling too? I'm mingling in a sense of like, connecting and making sure that I connect with other people. But I don't date people that come to my events. No. So I never, ever, ever, ever mix business with pleasure. So there have been men that have come to my events like with the hopes of like connecting with me. But I'm like, yeah, no, I don't do that. You gotta catch me outside, boo. Catch me outside of a mingle event. Close up of the nails. Thanks. It's very simple. There's just like these little stars. Very simple. But yeah, I was texting somebody. It's 10:40, y'all. I'm about to get off of here. I've been on here for a long time. I'm gonna come back on here. I think, what's today? Monday, Tuesday. I'm gonna get on here tomorrow. I'm gonna do a haul with my outfits that I'm wearing in Orlando. I guess it's not really a haul because it's not clothes that I purchased, it's clothes that I already have, but I need to go and get them. One thing I do want to start doing content of, I'm about to start doing the content for me doing my house. So I'm gonna start with my closet. So I'm turning one of my bedrooms into a closet. And I'm excited about it. I just ordered like some clothing racks yesterday. Y'all, I gotta put them together. That's the thing that sucks. Like I got like so many boxes of the clothing racks. I have to actually physically put them together. I'm like, really? Like y'all couldn't send them to me already assembled? But I have the clothing racks for in there, and then I ordered my shelves to do for like my shoes. I ordered 8 shelves. So I'm like, Lord, I don't know who's gonna put them together. I'm about to find somebody. I think I'm about to task rabbit that. But I have all the shelves that I'm gonna like line up in the room. I got a new vanity yesterday for me to sit and do my makeup and stuff at. I'm gonna put that in the room as well. Then the, what is it? The gold, I have the gold, I already said it, the clothing racks, I have those. And then I want to get a new mirror. I have a huge mirror that's already in that room, but I want one that's like a little bit like wavy. I want like a wavy mirror. And then I want to find a huge cheetah print rug to put in the middle. And then I want to get a little, what's it called? Like a little cedar, like a bench or something to sit on the middle of the couch so I can sit down and like put my shoes and stuff on. And then I'm going to mount a TV in that room. The TV's already in there, but I have a TV mounted because, you know, like when I'm getting dressed and stuff in the morning or like getting ready, or if I'm sitting there doing my makeup, I think it'll be nice to like maybe, I don't know, watch a show or something. I don't know, whatever. And then I'll do that. And then I just need to get some really cute curtains for in there. But I'm going to document all of that. Me turning that room into a closet because I'm actually really excited about it. Because the closet in my room is not enough room. Even though it's a walk-in closet, y'all, it's not enough space. Like, it's not enough space. And at my last place, I used all 3 of the closets. I used all 3 of them. And so now I only have 2 closets to utilize and I still need way more space. So I was like, you know what, F it. I'm just going to turn the room into a guest room. And when I have guests that come over, they can just, I don't know, figure it out. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe they can sleep in, I don't know. I'm not going to say they can sleep in my room because they can't. I'll figure it out as it goes. But I think the room will be big enough to where if I need to put a bed in there, I can. Like an air mattress or something. Does that mean to make them sleep on an air mattress? If it's a good air mattress. If my mom comes, of course, she can take my room. I don't know. I haven't thought that through. I'm definitely turning my guest room into a closet. I don't care. They can sleep in there with my clothes. My clothes matter a lot. Okay. Do I have any events planned for Christmas? Yes, I have 2 events. So we have December 19th, we are doing something called Silent Night Sessions. So that is going to be at Spaceman, which is at the rooftop of the Hyatt Centric Buckhead. And it's going to be 2 different sessions. It's going to be 8:30 to 10:30, I think. 8:30 to 10:30. Yeah, 8:30 to 10:30. And then the next one is 11 to 12. Is that right? No, it's 8. Hold on. Can I look at my phone in my notes while I'm on the phone? It's from 8. The whole time period is from 8 to midnight, but there's 2 different sessions that are cut up. So there's that on December 19th. Then on December, I think it's December 26th, we're doing our Christmas party. It's called Icebreaker, the Winter R&B Social, where we're going to be doing, it's going to be like an ice skating ring that we're taking over, and people are going to be able to skate and stuff to R&B music. And then we'll have a hot chocolate bar. So all you can drink hot chocolate. It's spiked hot chocolate with Remy Martin and or Tito's vodka. We'll do a Christmas cookie bar where people can like obviously do their own Christmas cookie tins to give to others or to keep for themselves. And then I'm doing a private event on the 28th, which will be for the mayor and his friends. And then, am I missing something? That's it. That's it for this month. January, am I doing something? No. I wanted to do a New Year's Eve party, but I don't feel like it. I think I'm gonna go out of town for New Year's Eve. Like, I don't know where. I was thinking about going to Ghana, but man, the tickets are so high. I was looking at tickets yesterday. Oh my God. And tickets to go were like almost $5,000. That's insane. So I don't know. I'm gonna do somewhere. I want to do somewhere abroad. Like I don't want to be in the US for New Year's Eve. I just gotta figure out where. Do you guys have ideas? Please share. Ooh, I do need to build a team in DMV. Oh, Indian butter cookies? No, what are those? I love cookies. No, I'm not a Libra. I'm an Aries. I'm a March Aries. Have you been to Sauce in Buckhead? Yeah. Wait, Bryson, so it's not nice to put people on an air mattress? What if it's a nice air mattress? Like, what if it's like a really nice air mattress? I'm not gonna put my mom on an air mattress, of course. Y'all, I don't know where to put my stuff. It's hard. Like, as a girl, like, okay, if you have a house and you need more closet space, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? I feel like I have less, like people don't stay the night over my house that much to where I should make a whole space for people that don't come over that much. That's how I feel. I feel like if anything, I should invest more into making my space more comfortable. Yeah, my mama would never be on an air mattress. Listen, my mama would never let me put her on an air mattress. I could never even fix my lips to say you're going on the, yeah, she would already been like pop me for that. There's no way. I would definitely get my mom my bed. And I would sleep like on my couch or something like that. At the least. Or I was sleeping on the air mattress. The air mattress is actually really nice. It has a headboard. What air mattress you know have a headboard? Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, I don't know. I'll figure it out. My closet comes first. That's all that matters. I'm gonna figure it out and then we'll go from there. Oof. But all right. It's 10:40, y'all. I think I'm about to get the heck off of here. All right, I'll be back tomorrow. I think I'm gonna hop on tomorrow. Let's plan for, I think we'll plan for 8 o'clock, same time. If you guys are free, I'm gonna hop on and show my outfits for Orlando so I can get you all's opinions. You can tell me if you love them or hate them. It's better than me going out there looking foolish because I would never want to do that. And just imagine, obviously, when I put on the outfits, and the outfits will be different when I have my hair down. It's giving the hair, it's giving all the volume, it's giving all the things, okay? And yeah, shout out to all my peaches in the A. Oh, and hey, gardeners. Hey, guys. If I missed anybody else, I'm so sorry. Okay. Oh, and hey from Jersey. Who was that? Christian. Hey. All right, y'all. I'm about to go to bed. Actually, I'm lying. I'm not. I'm about to get on the couch and probably start watching House of Villains because I'm like actually interested now. Who's that? Gregory? No, I don't even know who that is. Gregory. No, I didn't. All right, bye y'all. Sweet dreams, good night. And obviously I know this Micktator Monday went so far, like so much longer than it normally has, but I just wanted to talk. I hope you guys have an amazing week this week. Just remember, I don't know if any of you guys might be going through anything or whatever. Like I said, I'm going through a grief process myself, but please just remember to be easy on yourselves. Like never, ever, ever be hard on yourselves, okay? Like you're doing great. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you're doing exceptionally well. From my mouth to your ears, keep pushing. Whatever dreams you're chasing, they are very much so obtainable and they're very, very much closer to you than you think. And yeah, that's all. Bye. How do I turn on?